3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey, and behind every page there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
What's up, the internet? It's Kyle. This is We Love Comics and Art with, I'm going to see if I can do, hey, I did it, the fingers in the right direction with Nick.
There you go.
What's up, guys?
What's happening, Kyle?
Oh, it's been a good week.
Jesus, guys, I'm going to go to bed. What are you guys doing? I miss 1 week, and all of a sudden, hey, man, it's been a good week. We're all good. This is so great. What the heck is up with you guys? Come on,
some of us have discovered decaf.
Be screaming? I mean,
right. Some of us have discovered decaf.
Man.
Nick, as I go along, it's like building up speed. I start out, you have to start out, and then it just goes a little quicker and quicker,
Yeah, we've got to ease into the momentum. You come with it, and, the reason we're a little more dialed back is we've heard what happens when you get excited. You want to tell the people what you did to yourself this week?
Well, you know what? I need a full audience for this. So let's wait for our special guest. We have a very special guest tonight. This is a guy I've known for many, many years, one of the nicest guys in the industry. And he reps one of the most talented, nicest guys in the industry. Someone who I've been friends with, at least over 25 years. Joseph Damon, who works with Humberto Ramos, is our special guest this week on the Nick and Will Show. So, Joseph, welcome, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on, you guys.
Hey, what's happening, Joseph?
What's going on, Will? It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, right? Finally, face to face. Good to meet you.
Face to face. So, yeah, and Nick, man, woo! Been a minute.
It's been a minute. This is what happens when we don't do shows. At least when there are conventions, we get to see each other like 4 times a year. We know we got each other at San Diego, New York, and C2E2, and there's always one other show sprinkled somewhere in between.
Yeah, I mean, this month typically would always be the C2E2 somehow, some way. If I didn't see you during the show, I'd see you at the bar.
At the bar, the best place to be afterward.
Well,
so, C2E2 is all about the bar. Let's be real. If anybody out there thinks C2E2 is about the show, it's about the bar.
No,
you can do so much more at the bar.
That's an amazing show. It's an amazing show.
Oh, yeah.
you're not buying original art at the bar, though, Kyle. You got to go to the show because you got to buy the original art.
I don't know, Nick.
I would argue that's not necessarily true, Nick.
There's some strange places I bought original art.
I've bought
better deals at the bar, right?
I have a Greg Capullo sketch on a blank. I have a Capullo sketch on a blank, and I have a Scotty Young sketch on a blank from the bar at C2E2.
Okay.
Now, I don't think
on a page or on a napkin, because
on a blank comic. On a blank comic. Now, I will say this: I don't think either of them were coherent enough to know they were drawing, but still.
Are you sure you got the Scotty Young or the Greg Capullo?
Oh yeah. You can recognize Scotty Young from the goatee, and you can recognize Greg Capullo from the fact that his biceps are bigger than your head.
Well, the goatee and the military hat, that's one thing Scotty had. So I want to emphasize a few things. We were talking about Nikki B getting excited. We were talking about how great original art is. So I want to emphasize to all of our peeps out there, when there is an opportunity to buy original art, you got to jump on it. And this is why. I said a few times, if somebody didn't buy the Dave Sim piece, I was buying it. Nikki B owns it right now. I said a few times, that Ninjak cover is so freaking beautiful. If nobody buys it, I'm buying it. I said if nobody bought this Punisher cover, I was buying it. I also talked about buying this. I'm going to put my hand here for a reason. Buying this Brett Booth Teen Titans page that rocked, and this fantastic Will Conrad page that rocked. So I'll say this. Will, we live near each other. He delivered the art. No packaging, nothing to worry about. Nikki safe.
White glove service.
White glove service. You get excited. You get to open, it's just like, here you go, Nick. Here's the art. Like, yes. Nikki B got a little too excited opening up the Will Conrad and the Brett Booth art from Spencer Beck. He got so excited, he actually ripped the art.
Oh, you were serious. I thought you were joking.
No, I was serious. Oh, my God. I can't wait. That Will Conrad Wolverine is awesome. I can't wait.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Yeah. How do you think?
Are you like a 5-year-old on Christmas, like opening a present for the first time?
Don't insult 5-year-olds. More like 3.5.
Hey, don't insult 3.5-year-olds either.
That is a third of the page right there. So
it's embarrassing, but it is a life lesson for everyone else not to be an idiot like Nick.
I think
I'm serious. I'm actually having some trouble right now because of that.
My toddler, I let her flip through a comic, and there was no tearing or bending or anything.
Well, thank God, thank God it was like this week's comic and not like your FF number one.
It won't be an AI. Well, yeah, it won't be that. But
do those pages need to be donated back to Will's daughter to color in? Because
that actually, you know what? Either Will's daughter or Steve Olaf. Steve might still be coloring original art.
Well, one charges money and one, probably charges a Happy Meal. So.
And look, I will bet that Will's daughter probably can color within the lines better than I can. I would just make it worse. So
just don't rip anymore. That's
but how many years collecting have you done the X-Acto knife? Have you really cared for your opening and you just went?
I thought I was pulling it all out, and listen, let's move on. I gave the audience a life lesson. This is beautiful art. Jump on it when you can. Just don't rip into it when you get it.
He's excitable, folks. He is excitable.
Should we kick him off the show?
Nah, just like a timeout.
For that?
How about a timeout? It's
all right.
Appropriate.
So, Joseph, tell us about yourself. Tell us about everything. You work with Humberto Ramos. I mean it. He's one of the nicest, most talented people in the industry. Every time he works on a book, it gets a lot of attention. He relaunched Spider-Man with Dan Slott. That baby was the best-selling book of the month and one of the top 3 best-selling books of the year. And he's just so talented, so professional, so great with the fans, and you've worked with him for years. So talk about yourself. Talk about Humberto.
Yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate, and I'll drag it back. I've been repping artwork since '97. I started off with Scott Williams' assistant JD at San Diego, and basically handed me a stack of artwork, and I sold it all and handed him the biggest wad of cash I'd ever seen at a show, and was scared to carry around with it. So ever since then, I always wanted to be involved on that side. Flash forward, again, since working with JD, I worked at Wildstorm as a colorist for a year. That's how I got to, know people, because this industry, it's all about who you know. Came across and knew Humberto before that, but he came into the studio San Diego time, and it's always good to see one of the most, creative people in the industry, to see him in person. So again, I was a fanboy when I was at Wildstorm. I sat in front of Travis, and the jaw was always hanging down. But once you get past that and you turn professional, you got to do what you got to do. So I mean, in my days, I've repped JJ Kirby, Dan Norton, Jason Johnson, Joe Weems, and for the last 13 years, repped Francisco Herrera and Humberto Ramos. And Humberto is, again, one of the most amazing artists in the industry, and he's like a brother to me. So that's the hardest thing is being a fan of him, and I care about all my artists like their family, like Francisco and JJ. I still rep and their family. So I've got a different level of professional attachment, and I think that being a fan of the artists you rep, and I don't know with Will, it's hard to ever get art and have to turn around and sell it. So it's one of the hardest things, but at the same time, Humberto is every month in a previews, he has covers, he has a new book coming out. So I know, just like the fans know, every 30 days, there's new Humberto Ramos artwork. So, and working for one of the most humble, modest comic creators in the industry, it's amazing.
Well, and going to what you're saying, I do have to feel, even though getting the art, selling it, the joy you give people when they're buying the art has to be the most rewarding thing in the world.
There's always that, and I'm sure Will knows, and there's always pulling teeth too. There's always a lot of hemming and hawing. People always think that you're charging too much money, and I think that at the end of the day, with Humberto, just take Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, he's one of the top 10 Amazing Spider-Man artists, at least of my generation. I mean, he deserves that right. Again, he is the only artist that has killed and brought back Spider-Man in a book. So
that's right. He did the big one, and then he did the big one. That's right. Yeah, that's a great point.
Minus death threats. He didn't have any death threats, but he created some of the most amazing artwork. And for those who can remember, from December 26th, many years ago, probably changed their lives for a long time.
Well, and it's beyond Spider-Man. And obviously, when we think of Spider-Man, we think of Peter Parker, we think of Spider-Man. But Humberto injects new life to all the supporting characters. He gives a visual to the villains that other artists can't give. Marvel's been really smart when it comes to Humberto. I mean, they've kept him on exclusive all this time, and it makes so much sense, both from a quality of work, from the ability to work with him, on-time delivery. It's so awesome when you have someone who's got that much talent, who is nice and on time. It's funny. Neil Gaiman always used to say, you have to be 2 out of 3 things. You can be nice and on time and not that talented. Or you could be nice and not that talented. Nice and talented and not be on time. Or you could be not nice, but you have to be great and you have to be talented. Humberto's all 3. He's great. He's on time. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, I think the end of the day for the fans, it's always about being punctual. getting that issue done. And I mean, that is the one thing. And I mean, fans can look at his long career, and especially with Crimson. I mean, he did almost 3 times, actually did more than that with all of the Crimson issues in the Out There. He didn't stop. He was on time for 18 issues and then did Out There, another, was it 24 Crimson, 18 Out There. So, I mean, that's one of the best things that I think every company that Humberto has worked for is they see that he delivers on time and at a level that is unlike any others. He doesn't slip. I mean, everyone knows that there's crunch, but he gets it done. And he's had amazing inkers that probably make his ears ring in those late night hours. I'm sure Victor Olazaba had to say that, and Carlos and Wayne from back in the day. I'm sure they did. And now, especially like with Strange Academy, Humberto's penciling, inking, and doing all the tonal markers himself.
That's incredible. That is really incredible. I think that we're going to ask Joseph to show one piece of art because we are here selling art, and I'll talk to Steve Walker in a second after Joseph shows his first piece of art. But show how great these guys are. We were doing a fundraiser. We've done a few fundraisers. We were helping a retailer with one. We were helping an animal rescue with one. And I said to Joseph, I said, can we get a piece of artwork? And Joseph said, I don't think it'll be a problem. 2 minutes later, he said, here, Humberto wants you to have this flat. So let's talk about this page right now, Joseph.
Yeah, so this is a Strange Academy 3, page 17. And again, for all the readers that typically get to see Humberto's pages, they're colored from Edgar's final colors. So they don't ever really get to see the final tonal that Humberto is putting in on these pages.
Unbelievably beautiful. Unbelievably beautiful.
I mean, he did a lot of a level of this before when he did Revelations for Dark Horse. He did a lot of the cross hatching, and then again, I think that comes from his love also of Arthur Adams. Any of the old schoolers love Arthur Adams, love what he's done with cross hatching, and Humberto has just taken that creative level to the next step. So, and again, I think it's a labor of love. I mean, Strange Academy with his involvement with Scotty, who's an old school friend, you have great writing and then you have his great art. So and again, like the Strange Academy stuff, there's a lot of hype. A lot of people are hoping, that it does go to Disney Plus, that it does do something. And I think that it's a big enough product and IP where hopefully it does. And I think that there's a lot of people out there, again, there's speculation that have jumped on the artwork. As fast as I can put it up for sale, it sells.
Well, and talking about Strange Academy making it to Disney Plus, it is the perfect title. The style that Humberto has just is so kinetic and so incredible. It would make for a perfect animated series for Disney Plus. And I think it's probably just a matter of time. Look, here's the thing, and I'll say this to everybody. $500 is a good chunk of change. It is absolutely a good chunk of change. And if you can afford that, getting something like Strange Academy right now, and you see all the work that Humberto puts into it, it doesn't matter if it becomes a Disney Plus series or if it doesn't. That doesn't matter. What matters is that you have the only page that is in that comic. And it is something you will treasure. And Will and I have been talking about this, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. The way original art prices are exploding, today's price is tomorrow's steal. And that is no joke. Today's price is absolutely tomorrow's steal, where you'll sit there and go, oh my God. Now, I will say the one thing we always say, do not buy art as an investment. Buy art because you will love it. If you love it, it doesn't matter how much it goes up or if it doesn't go up, it is yours to keep. I will tell you the pages of art that I bought that had some great villains on them, and the page that once I had it in my hand and we put it in the auction to raise money, I had to win it. I was telling these guys that I have been offered more money for it, but that's not why I bought the two that I bought. That's not why I won the one that I won. I won it because it was in my hand to put in auction, and I just said, I don't want to put this in auction. I just want to cut a check to the charity. But at the same time, that wouldn't be fair. Humberto and Joseph donated it for that. So, had to win it. So if you see anything you love, buy it, because as a reminder, they go quick, and just don't rip them when you get them.
Yeah.
Hey, Joseph, Jen took the words out of my mouth. That's why I started to sort of interrupt. I was curious about how does Humberto render his tonal technique? Is it Copics? Is it something else?
Yeah, he's sponsored by Shinhan Touch Markers, and he's been using them for 4 or 5 years, which is another offshoot to Copic, but a less expensive one. But he uses those, and that's what all of his rendering is. And I know that on the first was a director's cut, where people could go and download the first issue. They actually got to see all of the original pages. But typically, I mean, when you look at this page, it makes Edgar Delgado, who's the colorist's, life a whole lot easier. But for Humberto, it basically has added a whole second day, because typically he was a page a day. And when you do tonal renders and inks, now it's 2 days per page. And you can see why. I mean, he fully renders out complete light sources, backgrounds. There's no shortness of anything. There's no black X at all.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's great. And it's good to know exactly how these, this is done, because there are so many different techniques. I wasn't even familiar with that particular type of pen. I'm just Copics as a general term.
Yeah, I think Copics has been out there for a long time, and there's always those other companies, and we're friends with the president of the U.S. and when you can always have them help support people that use it, like Humberto is one of their sponsors. Mark Brooks is another, and there are a few others that are out there. I mean, it's always a give and take relationship. Copic's very expensive, so when you have a company that works with an artist and they know that they're going to do their part to help sponsor and supply the product, it helps, and it's good product. So
nice.
Yeah,
nice. Look at Sal's comment real quick. Humberto gave him some touch markers a few years back. That's really cool. That's the type of guy Humberto is. He's just very generous. I want to circle back to, I think Steve made a comment about how do you become an artist, or how do you draw your own comic? Was it Steve? When you pull it up, I'll touch on it. But let's ask Will right now. Will, what do you have tonight?
Wow. I don't know if Kyle has some of the images ready, but I have a Gene Colan Avengers page, vintage from I think it's issue 208. Issue 208. And this would be early 1980s, right after the famous George Perez run on the title, the very sort of the gold standard, besides Kirby and Buscema, the George Perez run. So this was followed right after that. A tough act to follow, but of course, a great artist like Colan, he can lead or follow anyone.
And that's an 11 by 17, Will?
This is standard size, 11 by 17.
And luckily, those corner croppings that Marvel did aren't too bad. So,
no, that's people mention. I tend not to mention things like that in condition or description, because it is a common practice. Corner clippings or a quicker way just to get them off the machine during the production process. One thing I should mention about this page, there is masking tape on the back, because they kind of switched around some panels, which is not an uncommon practice, but this is everything's original. There's no stat work here.
Can I get some of that tape? Apparently I can use it on 2 pieces of art.
I think we can get you some newer tape and archival too.
I need to ask real quick, $950, that's the right price?
Yes.
Oh, that's a pretty good price.
I actually sold a page from issue 206, 2 issues earlier. It was a better page. 18 or 1900, I forget the exact price. It was late.
That's why I thought this would be higher, because you do get that. And look, Gene Colan only did a few issues of the Avengers. I mean, going back to what Will was saying, you've got obviously Kirby started, Don Heck did a bunch, You even had John Romita inking Don Heck on some. When you're going into this, then it became Buscema for the longest time.
John then Sal.
John and Sal. You got a little bit of Byrne, and you got a little bit of Perez, but both really, really high watermark runs. And then Gene Colan did a few issues, not a lot. And I think at that point, I think that was either Buscema or Epting took over for a while. I can't remember who, but I seem to remember Buscema. And then Tom Palmer inked him and inked Epting. And eventually you got close to the 300s, and you had Bob Hall, and some of those pages were even inked by Don Heck again, which are some of my favorites. But Colan did so little. You got Cap in there, and
you got the whole team in there.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I call out Cap is because Colan had a great run on Cap as well. Cap and Daredevil are two of the characters that people associate him with, including Doctor Strange and Howard the Duck, and obviously Batman and everybody else. But this is a really cool one. And, I'll always remind you, Will is willing to do 20% down and payment within 60 days. But if you need a little bit more, he'll work with you because, again, this is not inexpensive art. This is a premium, and something if you get, it's I'll use the word investment, not an investment that you're buying it to sell it, but it's an investment in that this is a collectible that you will love for a long time. Otherwise, why buy it? But Will is willing to work on those levels. I'm not as nice. If you're going to buy the art, I need to get it out of my hands before I change my mind.
You just have separation anxiety. That's what it is.
Will, I got to ask you, in all the decades of your selling art, have you met anyone with separation anxiety like I do when it comes to art?
About once a decade.
Seriously. Once a decade?
Yeah. You're up there. You're top three of, and I've met literally thousands of collectors over the past 30 years, and you're top three of. Yeah, it's hard to separate you and your artwork.
It is, because I fall in love with it. It's only one of a kind. Look, it's like this with even certain comic books, not that today I can afford it, but at one point, every time I saw a better issue of FF number 4 or Submariner number 1 or Flash 123, I would buy that copy. I mean, you could buy a copy for $80, $100, $400.
Luckily, now, my compulsion with that was for some of the Bronze Age stuff I grew up reading. So those were $2 and $3 and $5 and $10 copies. But there's a handful of books. I do have a compulsion that I will buy them when I see a real nice copy and see if it's an upgrade.
Yeah, exactly.
But a cheap compulsion.
I will show something. I will start off with a big one that I think that Will is going to be excited about. Maybe I can get Will to spend money with me this time.
Uh-oh.
Who is one of your favorite all-time artists, Will? And I'll give you a hint, DC.
Oh, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez.
Gee, I wonder if I have, and this is not a gimmick. We did not plan this. This came from our boy Spencer Beck, and this is something that
Tarzan.
Yep.
It's a beautiful spread.
Nice.
I think it's $251. So it's $2,500. And Will, on this one, I'll give you 30 days with 20% down.
Well, we gotta see we gotta see if anybody in the audience takes it. That's Uh-oh.
This is the most expensive piece of art I'll show tonight.
Okay.
But what I will say is this is one that Jose has kept for decades. I mean, freaking 40 years at this point, right? Am I right? 76, so 45 years. So this is one that he's kept for the longest time. And when Spencer told him we've been doing these shows, which are partially to sell, but they're also partially to inform people about the medium, because we all love the medium and we wanted to this is a great platform to tell fans how cool comic art is, because Kyle and I will say this all the time. The reason why we always want you to go to your local comic store, support your LCS. We're still in the middle of a pandemic, whether it's curbside service or it's limited people going in, your local comic store can use your support. But we also want to express that the comics start here with the scripts from the writers and the art from the artists. So we want to just really just educate you, and have fun with it. So that's that. I mean, if we pull that question from Steven, I'll shoot it to it. Otherwise, I say we go back to Joseph, our special guest.
Well, let's do this.
It's a good segue into the comic books, because remember, Strange Academy #9 came out this week. People, support your local comic store.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. Let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break. Mainly because something that I've been working on all day is finally ready to show you guys. But let's take a real quick commercial break. We'll come back in just about a minute's time. We'll look at some more great Humberto Ramos stuff, including one piece that I really want to know about, and then some other stuff from Nick and Will. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
All right, we'll be back in just about a minute's time. All right, guys, we are back here on We Love Comics and Art, and I think Nick was looking at his phone when the new animation that I made for him showed up, but we'll try it again after the next break. That's what happens.
Should I be afraid? Should I be very afraid?
No, you want me to play it again? It only takes about 10 seconds.
Go for it.
Took me all day to animate that.
I was worried because you said, Nick, how do you feel about 90s Nick? And I feel
that's for Saturday.
Okay.
Guys, I'm going to embarrass the crap out of Nick on Saturday.
Didn't I leave him about 21 years in the past, 22 years in the past?
No, for our Saturday Comics Collectibles show, I have a new introduction that will be debuting this coming Saturday that is going to make Nick squirm and also probably a little nostalgic.
Can't wait.
Without ripping artwork? That's good.
Yeah, right? So let's welcome back, everybody. This is the Comic Book Shopping Experience, the experience. This is original. We love original art with Nick and Will, and I'm Kyle. I'm here most of the time, even though I don't get in the title. And we're here with special guest and Humberto Ramos's art rep, Joseph Damon, who has brought some really killer pieces for us to see. So let's look at some more art, Joe.
Yeah.
What would you like to start off with? Because I think you want to talk about a piece. So
there was a piece that you sent. It is the, let me click on my notes because I put a big star around it. The Amazing Spider-Man page, Amazing Spider-Man 18 page.
Oh, yes.
Because as we were talking about before, I love the Spider-Man. But it's
great page from Humberto, inks with Victor Olazaba, and one of those rare great pages of Taskmaster. I think Humberto is he does really well with Taskmaster.
Yeah, his Taskmaster is just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, this was a great story that Spencer did for The Hunted. So it's a nice page of Taskmaster doing what he does in the in the forest. So yeah.
Well, that's and that goes back to what I was saying, how incredible Humberto was with the villain. And I'll say this, we Kyle and I have been talking about this for a while, how Nick Spencer did what I consider to be near impossible. He followed Dan Slott on Spider-Man and made it his own. I mean, he's just killing it on the series. And those issues with Humberto are just magic. They are absolutely pure magic. And again, I will say, this is a beautiful piece of art. And is that how much is that, Joseph? I don't want to misspeak.
It's 500 as well.
500. So $500. That is a affordable price for art, but might be a little bit on the high side for some people. But this is one of those things. You'll be the only one to have it.
Well, it's typical, I think, the Amazing Spider-Man artwork these days. Again, like you mentioned earlier, if you see something you like, buy it immediately. And there's a huge fan base out there that we all know looks for Mary Jane, looks for Gwen Stacy, looks for Green Goblin and Venom. And this might not be a highly sought after with Taskmaster, but Amazing Spider-Man in itself for the storyline is a key thing.
Well, and one of the things.
Oh, hey, listen, we got a comment from Humberto himself.
There you go.
And that's exactly what I was just going to talk about.
That's what Humberto looks like at the end of the day drawing. I love Humberto. He's so awesome.
Hey.
You get the rock star himself joining the panel.
Right,
so
joining it. Yeah, no, that's great. Glad to have you.
Awesome to have.
Humberto, if you want to join us, message the EXP on Facebook, and I will send you the link so you can pop in, and I will gladly disappear.
And if you don't join us tonight,
welcome anytime.
You and Joseph to come back on another show so that you could be here the entire time. That would rock. I mean, having someone of Humberto's caliber on the show, me and Kyle will both leave because the quality will be there without us.
Well, we bring it down anyway, Nick. Let's be real.
Whoever has to play musical chairs will do it,
Yes. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about, and he said it, people think drawing trees is easy, but it's not. I love landscapes. I love the backgrounds on things. And so the Taskmaster is so detailed in these pictures, but then the trees and everything else are so incredibly detailed that just the time it takes to do the background is got to be astronomical.
No shortcomings. I mean, you can go back and look at the trees he did from Crimson One, and it's still how he's elevated that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, the time it takes to do has got to be astronomical.
Yeah. Put it this way: it takes a better man than me to spend that much time doing that. Look, at the end of the day, again, Humberto. There's a reason why Humberto pretty much has been at the top of the industry since even before Cliffhanger. I mean, you don't get to be with J. Scott Campbell and Joe Madureira without being up there as one of the greatest artists of your time. And he was one of the greatest young artists, and he is barely halfway through his career, and he's still one of the greatest artists. And here's the thing that I'll say about Humberto. There are some artists like Joe Kubert and Gil Kane and Joe Quesada. They have never skipped a beat. Their entire career, they have always gotten consistently better. And that's Humberto right now. Humberto has been, he doesn't cut corners. We've said this a few times. He puts his all into every page. And now that he's inking himself and adding all the extra texture and just making the pages better, he just continues to elevate his art. And there's a reason why we'll probably, like I said, like Joe Kubert, like Gil Kane, and Joe Quesada is still young. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say Joe is not young. He is still young because, when you get to be my age, anything under 70 is young. But Humberto will be on the top of his game for decades to come. And again, I remember when Humberto was doing Crimson and was doing other art, when you look at how much, it was so, the prices were so different, but that original art then and what you pay for it now, it's freaking the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. And I think that's that change of the game. Like I got into buying original art in '93, and even the prices then, like my first piece I bought was $500, and and that was a lot of money. And then these days, there's 6 digits, no problem. People don't even bat an eye. Again, they love it, and I think it helps that it's they know if they choose the right piece of art that they love, it does have a backup for an investment. And I think, again, with anything that anybody's bought of, like, say, Humberto's Amazing Spider-Man stuff, the Dan Slott, big-time storyline, it goes through the roof because it resonates. And I think it's good both for the fans because they have that one-of-a-kind, and at the same time, it's still story content. And, he's different. And I'll segue to one other thing. I think that Humberto's facials and how he conveys emotions and what he did with Dan Slott's run. I mean, if you look at that progression and see where he took Peter, it's a hard thing to see in artists over time. And again, I don't have as much knowledge and background probably as you do, Nick or Will, especially with, like Sal and John and Steve and Jack. But it's like I kind of got on, in the 80s, and I see a lot of that out of like, say, Arthur Adams and Michael Golden. And I see very different things from, say, them from, Humberto and Joe Madureira and Jeff Campbell. So again, it's an evolution. So and being in the industry and, supporting and jumping into buying artwork. If you love it, you love it. And it's awesome that these days, man, I think that, again, the people that are the 30s and 40-year-olds that have good jobs and are spending big money now for stuff they love, it's good. It's healthy.
It is. It's incredible. And, just to make a few comparisons, as I said, it's the Grand Canyon between what you were buying Humberto Ramos artwork for 20 years ago and what you're paying now. But first, let me talk about this piece. I mean, that Taskmaster page, look at that panel-to-panel motion. Look at how there's not 1 inch of wasted space. It is so perfectly drawn. It is so beautiful. It flows so well. And Taskmaster is just one of those Marvel villains. He doesn't appear that much, but when he does, everybody just loves him. He's just that cool in so many levels. I mean, Will had a Marvel team-up cover that had Taskmaster on it. And he said, Nick, this is right up your alley. And I basically said, let me think about it for a week or two. And I said, obviously, if you can sell it between now and then, feel free. And of course, he sold it. Will, do you remember which Marvel team-up cover that was?
I'm racking my brain right now, Nick. I don't know which one you're referring. Are we talking about Taskmaster? Because there's one Marvel team-up cover I'm after to collect, that I'm after for myself. I've looked for it for years, so I'm not recalling which one you're talking about. Sorry.
All right, then I know what I'm thinking of, and it's embarrassing. So I'm thinking of the Marvel team-up cover by Layton with Iron Man. And I am just such an idiot.
Okay.
But the point still remains, because that was a villain that you don't see much.
Yeah.
And you gave me, I said, give me a week or two, but if you can sell it, sell it. And you posted it, and it sold. So, I snoozed and I lose. So, but this is a really great page. And again, I'm going to give one other comparison because I get to make these comparisons as a collector more than anything else. 30 years ago, when I was picking up some John Byrne art, I bought 2 Captain America pages from $255, and they were $200 each, which was all the money in the world. And I can tell you right now, $200 each at the time was all the money in the world in early 1991, 92. Today, I can't even tell you, without it sounding crazy, how much those pages can go for. But I will tell you, because I'm crazy, because I ripped 2 pieces of art from opening them. They're $8,000 pages. They're literally $8,000 pages because it's from 255 and it's burned and it's pure pencils. You know, I'm just trying to make the comparison that if you do love Humberto's art, tonight's a great time to get it because Joseph's not doing shows, none of us are, and we're just really blessed that he came on the air with us, that he made the top.
Yeah, again,
Right.
I'm glad to join the likes of you guys. You know, it's great. It's great to be here again, and we get to talk comics and comic art. And there's worse things that could be going on. So.
Oh,
right,
absolutely.
And I just want to remind everybody out there watching that we just came through a period where everybody was convinced that Taskmaster was going to be making an appearance very soon in the MCU, and nobody can be that wrong for that long. So it's got to be coming. So this is a great opportunity to jump on something that's going to feature a character that's going to play prominently in the future. And anybody who's ever read the Avengers knows that the Taskmaster is going to eventually be a thing. And oh, by the way, we already know he's going to be in Scarlet Witch. We're just waiting on that movie. So
yeah, allegedly
I don't
May
see
7th.
why. Right. Allegedly May 7th. So make sure, like, I'm going to put it up one more time so y'all can stare at it. But this is it, man. This is an incredible portrayal of the Taskmaster. A character you don't see all that often, but that's super hot right now and is going to be a big deal in the near future. So, and it's a $500 piece of art, which, again, we've said it several times, isn't nothing, but it's really reasonable for what you're getting here.
It's reachable.
So
sure.
It's absolutely reachable. So make sure if you like it, now is the time to buy it. Otherwise, you may not get another chance.
Yeah, that's a good looking page. I like Taskmaster. Who's the other character on there with him, Joseph?
The Beetle, I believe.
Okay, I was thinking, was it possibly the Beetle? But yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
he doesn't stick around long because Taskmaster does what he needs to do and gets rid of his little sidekick. So
okay.
In the second panel at the bottom of the page,
We're
going to go into the center panel at the bottom of the page.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Nope, that just changed the art.
Now that we're talking about the Beetle being on this is the Nick Barucci Pepsi Challenge. If no one buys this by 7:59 tonight, I'm buying it. I am buying that page because you know what? I just talked myself into how much I like Taskmaster, and the Beetle being a part of it is so freaking cool that it is a beautiful page. Now, this show is for the fans. So if a fan buys it, it is yours. And I will tell you, last week I got slammed by Kyle because last week Will had 4 pages of art, and I said I would buy one of those pages. It was by one artist. I said I was going to buy one of those pages if by 8 o'clock nobody bought it. And guess who stole it out from under me? My boy Kyle, Kid Kyle. He came in and knocked me out.
Power move.
I'm not even going to tell you guys about what I've done in the week since I bought it. I've gone. I could write a book on that particular artist and that particular book, or those particular pages. Just the research I've done in my free time.
Awesome. So 7:59. This is yours. If you buy it between now and 7:59, if you don't, this is Nikki B's getting the Beetle.
Might be gone.
All right, I'm going to show real quick because we're gonna spend a good amount of time on Joseph in a few minutes because he is the special guest. So we're talking about Cliffhanger. We're talking about some of this work that Humberto has done outside of the big two. I thought we would talk about something that you may not be aware of, but I'm bringing this in at let me put on my salesman's hat. I'm bringing this in at an incredible price. This is CrossJet CN number 2 by Jimmy Kung. Okay. This is where Jimmy started exploding when he was working for CrossGen before going to Marvel when unfortunately CrossGen went out of business. And this page tonight is going to be, and again, my salesperson's at the low price of $150. So this is the beginning of Jimmy Chung's highlight of the career, where all of a sudden people are like, "Oh my God, Jimmy Chung, he's great. He went on Young Avengers." That was Wonder Man, Kyle.
I don't
You
know why
know?
it did that. I had the right one queued up and then it moved.
Yeah. Sure,
Gremlin.
that's what you had.
I'm trying something new to show the art this week, guys, just so you know. It's a new process that I've learned. And
Fantastic.
maybe
Listen,
not.
I'm with you. I'm saying it's Gremlins, Kyle. It's not you. It's Gremlins.
Maybe not perfect.
Just don't have any water nearby then.
Hey,
No
that's
water.
a great price for anybody,
maybe.
to jump on and get a great price of Jim Chung. I mean, Jim's a friend of mine, and I'm a huge fan of his artwork. So that's if Kyle should be jumping on that.
That looks like it could be Killer Kyle's or Wiley Will's. And we got Jammin' Joe, and we got Nuts Nikki. So Nikki Nuts, because I ripped 2 pieces of art in half.
Wallop
So,
and web snappers.
right? Jazzy John Ramita.
Uh,
No, but it is a cool piece. It's a piece of history. It goes back to Jimmy's just again getting all the attention he started getting. I mean, the one thing about CrossGen, you got to remember, so many artists, when unfortunately they went out of business, Greg Land, Jimmy Chung, Laura, even Colors took it to the next level. Brandon Peterson, Butch Geist, all these creators ended up being hired by Marvel, and they all just exploded into superstardom. So this is your chance to get into an early piece. Really lucky again. This was supplied by Spencer Beck, and oh yeah, and it's only $150, which honestly is a steal. So wanted to bring something that was far under market value, that Spencer found that hadn't been sold, and he just said, "Sure, you can have it at the old pricing for the show." So great piece of art for everyone to see and enjoy.
It's a great piece again to showcase what you were talking about with where the studio was at, and it's funny because again, some of my old cohorts, Wildstorm had some of the best colorists working for that studio. I mean, Justin, rest in peace, and James Rochelle and Laura, and I mean they made those books and those pages scream. So I mean, and transferring over to Marvel, and that's just what had to happen. So.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting. It's almost like CrossGen ended up being like the
well, it was like Wildstorm 2.0. I mean, that's very much how that studio was. So
yeah, with and I think that had they had a Jim Lee at the helm, they would have probably really just quality wise, absolutely they were Wildstorm 2.0, and they just never hit it commercially. They never hit it commercially like they should have, because you could see the raw talent. And I will say, Mark did a great job fostering the talent. That is one thing that he did fantastic. I mean, Steve McNiven started there.
Yep.
So many great artists. So,
All right.
great stuff.
Will, do you got something you want to show?
sure.
This go around? What do we go?
I'm
what
sure
are we,
Will's
what are we
got
going?
more than enough to show.
I just thought you were coming on, and Spencer sent some stuff down to Nick, so I'm just came with a couple of pieces. That's all. But yeah, this is a Shane Davis, Blackest Night Superman, and this is actually the first appearance of the Black Lantern Superman, which is Kal-El of Earth 2. And this is in front of his parents' gravestone. There's Jonathan Kent. and it's a beautiful piece. I mean, that was an event, you know, that DC had, was the whole Blackest Night crossover, and yeah, I mean, this piece not only presents very well as a cover, but I believe DC used it 3 separate occasions. They used it as the #1 cover variant, and then they used it on a trade paperback, and I believe a either second or third printing. I'm not clear on that, but they used it on 3 separate occasions. So they felt pretty strongly, you know, about this cover. It's a powerful image.
That's an incredible piece. I'm getting closer and closer just to look at it, and that is a thing of beauty. That is really a thing of beauty. And Blackest Night was one of the best crossovers DC has had ever. Not even just in the last 20 years, but ever. So,
and I actually sold this piece. The guy was buying this and a splash page and another page, and he ran into a little trouble, so he had to sort of make a hard choice, and he put one of them back, and this was the one. But this was actually the most expensive one. So, you know, I will not.
Who inked that piece, Will?
I'm sorry?
Who inked that piece?
Sandra Hope.
Hope?
Yeah. He had 2 inkers, Sandra Hope and Michelle, his wife at the time.
Yeah, Sandra Hope, fantastic inker. I mean, and that's who inked Humberto on Crimson back in the day. So she just is a master of her craft.
Yep, she inked Humberto, she's inked Jim Lee, she's inked Andy Kubert, she's inked some of the best creators, and obviously, you know, to be able to ink Humberto, I mean, again, freaking one of the best artists around. So
it's all connected. 6 degrees of separation.
Yep. Hey, Andrew, what's up, buddy? We got Andrew Cuccinata in the house.
Oh, what's happening, Andrew?
Sandra is the queen of inks. Will, how is that at the top there with the Blackest Night logo and stuff put on there? Is that
that was
or did they draw that every time?
I'm going to show you. So right here, that is photostat, including the you know, the trade dress, the logo, which is normal. So this is photostat, the #1, the sort of Black Lantern insignia along the top, and of course Blackest Night, Superman. The rest of the piece is all pure art. Perfect shape.
Is it on as an acetate, Will, or is it actually on the physical?
No, it's actually on there. It's actually on there. Very nicely done, though.
And what year was that from?
Oh, now you're testing me a little bit.
That is
2009.
2009.
There we go.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Hard to think it's already been 12 years.
Yeah.
I remember when this book came out, picking it up off the rack, and I hadn't been reading Blackest Night. I wasn't reading DC at the time, but this cover got me. And I'm like, all right, I'll pick up just the Superman story. And then it was down the rabbit hole to get every issue that had come out prior, and change my whole pull list over from Marvel to DC for a while, just so I could get all the Blackest Night stuff.
And you know what's nice? I mean, this is a little detail, but normally on a piece like the Gravestone, the name might be added later digitally, but we took the time to actually, you know, they took the time to put that in there, pencil and ink the name on there. Again, small detail, but just something you notice.
And anybody who's ever tried to draw that kind of character, you know, the lettering, that is hard to do. You know, because anybody who's ever drawn a happy birthday sign where the H is really big and the Y is really skinny gets it. You know, the spacing and the work that goes into making sure it's laid out right is tough. So that is just a gorgeous, gorgeous piece.
It is.
So it is that time. We need to take another quick commercial break. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. We could talk about this piece some more and look at some more stuff that Joe brought. Some more Humberto Ramos stuff right after this commercial break, as soon as I can figure out how to click the buttons. All right, we'll be back in a minute, guys. Welcome back, everybody. This is We Love Comics and Original Art with Nick and Will. As you can see, Nick has disappeared, but that just makes it better for everybody else. So, guys, if we didn't bust Nick's
He's
chops,
crying.
He's
crying.
His head would
he's
be the size of New Jersey. It's true.
He's animating his ripped pages.
It's true. So I'm gonna ask a question. You guys could talk about it. And I'll as they say on talk radio, I will take my answer off the air. As an art rep, Joe, and as someone who sells a lot of art, Will, when you are out at conventions and you're doing this to the average public, what are some things that you tell them regularly, and some of the things that you use to point out to kind of explain why things are the way they are? Does that question make any sense?
Can run with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Joseph, you're the guest. If you'd like to go first, or if not, you can defer.
Typically, I'll get a bunch about it, because usually the biggest question, whenever people, first timers will come up to the table, and they'll go, "Why is this page priced this way, and why is it different than this page?" And typically, I'll always tell them content. It's always about how many characters are on the page. Is it a talking head page? If it's a talking head page, that's maybe why it's $100 or $150. But let's say Spider-Man's in action on every single page, and there's like an MJ and a Venom or something. That's why it could be $750 or $1,000. So I think that once people grasp that understanding, they kind of understand the price model a little bit better.
Absolutely. I mean,
I'm sure that you get varying degrees of that too. On 2-up boards, on 1-up boards, Byrne versus Buscema, and so
exactly, yeah, no, and I mean, it may be a little more varied. I deal in probably a broader range of artists, but fewer examples of each.
Right.
And yeah, I get that question. People want to understand. Oh, what's the difference between small art and large art? Well, how come this is? And yeah, it first of all goes to content, of course, as you said.
Right.
Content is important. Who the artist is. Maybe who his inker is. What is the title? What is the era? Is this sort of his peak period? Is this later in his career? Is this early in his career? Is it, a character he's not as known for, or is this his signature character? And I should say his or her. Is it the artist's signature character? So, I mean, there's a lot of factors. And, I mean, you've probably had this plenty of times. Unfortunately, one of the questions that we just kind of drop our heads and shake them at, when you're set up at a booth at a con is, how come that poster's so much, or that print, or they don't know they're looking at art, so
yeah,
that happens too.
That's a good thing. Well, even when you have things priced behind you, and I mean, it's amazing still what 1 out of 10 people ask you, because they just want to know. So
or you have to be very careful if they ask you, well, how much is this? And you say, oh, it's $5. I learned a few years ago, we have to start saying it's 500 or 5,000. We cannot just kind of throw numbers out and assume people, catch them and know exactly what sort of area you're in. Yeah. And some might think it's $5.
This is $5. This is $5. It's not like it's that piece of art where you're all, it's 5,000.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if that answered your question, Kyle, but I think we sort of circled it, at least to some degree.
Nope. Kyle, you're muted. There you go.
It totally gets to the root of my question, which is, when I walk up to somebody at my first convention as an art buyer, what are things I need to know? I can be like, show me what you've got in a Spider-Man page, and I want to know what I'm looking at in terms of, okay, you talked about, is there a ton of action? Are there other characters? Those are the kind of things that, to me, doesn't make an initial connection in terms of value.
Yeah.
But if you know that going in, you can be, as a buyer, more prepared to say, okay, this is what's in my budget. This is what I can expect, to get. And this is, what I should be looking at. So instead of saying, hey, what do you got in the way of Spider-Man? I go, what? I can ask, hey, do you have any odd pages from Spider-Man books, to keep my cost down and still maybe get something cool. you know,
Well, you need
those
to like
kind
run
of
up and be
questions.
like, "Hey, do you have any speedball pages that might help you?" So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like typically, I mean, Spider-Man, I get asked for it a lot. There's a lot of people, and I've been with Humberto 13 years. People know that pretty much first come, first serve basis, and it happens with Will a lot too. And Will deals on a broader, stream of content, and it comes in and it goes out just as fast. Typically, I mean, Spider-Man, someone like, on the night of release, usually I'll do a drop at the midnight as soon as I see a digital comic is dropped, and it goes up for sale. People will be up at midnight. Like that's how it was with issue 850. People were already in. I mean, people went to the comic store and they saw page 4 they loved, page 10 they loved. I better get in and send a request. So, and that's the biggest thing. If you love something, and I think that a lot of people these days, and it's been going on for a while, will grab that comic and will, glimpse through it to see the art and then be like, oh, what pages do I like? Because if you know the artist reps or who sells it, if it's the artist directly, they'll try and reach out to them and say, hey, I love that page.
Yeah.
I think that there's a small portion these days with artists who are newer, they run into the problem of digital only. So there is no physical art.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the interesting thing with modern, and I dipped my toe into collecting a little bit of modern art, and about 4 or 5 years ago, because I'll be honest, I'm a collector of 60s, 70s, 80s, and that's a lot of what I deal in. And I just thought, I've joked about this a couple times, like collectors that have been around, dealers have been around. It's like 1990, we're still saying modern. Oh, that's modern. It's not. It's 30 years old.
Right.
But
Right.
just psychologically, it's like, that's your formative years. That still feels modern. But I sort of dipped my toe into that, and I pretty much picked up covers. The thing I found most frustrating with modern collecting some modern guys was that if you don't get that issue of previews or wherever the cover is leaked on the internet and put your dibs in, then you're probably out of luck. And there were things like I'm trying to buy them before they're published and they're already gone. I'm like, whoa, and I had to get a little more creative, a little more aggressive to sort of understand. Took it was a couple months learning curve, and I caught on. But that was some. I mean, to a rep, that's probably great. You drop, like you said, a Spidey 850, that's going to be like a landmark issue. I mean,
Right.
Probably 95% of it or better is going to sell out pretty quickly. But, to the guy that's trying to buy the splash, the cover, a certain page, it's like, man, you better be lightning fast. And
Yeah. It's like you said, it's the day of solicitations, and there's a lot of fans and a lot of clients that I deal with. I mean, the DC drops this day, Marvel drops that day. People will, even if they don't see a like Humberto cover, but they see a variant is listed, they put the dib in right there.
Yeah.
So, and typically, if it's from a client that I've dealt with in the past, that's fine. They can have first dibs to it. They've gone through time to prove themselves, so it's fine. But again, I mean, people do get very resourceful, and especially when pages leak, like Strange Academy. Typically, a book will come out on the Wednesday, pages will leak Friday before, and before people will just be like, is this page available? Is this page available? Is this page available? And these days, you got to be on it quick. And I have a lot of clients these days that are buying up full books.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, it's still, they love the content. I mean, again, I don't know how familiar you are with it, Will. It's a darker, because everyone basically will say Strange Academy. It's Marvel's Harry Potter. It's dark. It's not Runaways. Humberto was lucky enough to be on that back in the day, but this is a good dark book. So I think if it ever goes the distance and people that love his stuff, it's just good to see that kind of content. So, and I think the writing, Scotty works out really well from it. So.
It's going to be a standout of projects he's worked on, it sounds like.
But again, it's also you have those Spider-Man fans that want him back. Like, they love Patrick Gleason, or they love Giuseppe Camuncoli, but they want Humberto back. So
that's who I'm most familiar with, the character I associate with Humberto. Yeah.
I love how much of the original art world runs on dibs. It's just like, hey, dibs. Oh, okay.
Well,
not a whole lot of industry is like that anymore, where it's just like,
from a client standpoint, I mean, they'll put down 25, 50% if you already have a price list, ready. So,
And you know, the thing is, sometimes I've heard that complaint that people feel like, oh, there's like this network of people that are getting dibs or getting in there before the rest of us. And I wouldn't, for the most part, I would say that's not exactly true. But from a retailer standpoint, you have to realize if you have a steady client, steady buyer that's, you know, buying consistently, and they're sort of like expressing interest, you might want to strike while the interest is there. There's no guarantee that the piece is going to sell because you offered it a certain way. So that's, you know, relationship.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's how it was as a comic retailer, you know.
Yeah.
You'd have those books that you'd get a variant that you'd order, and then the variant would pop off, you know, it would get nuts before you got the books. And it's, well, I've got these regulars that come in for this book all the time who are going to want that variant. Let me just give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you take care of the people who are with you all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the other thing I really like is that you establish a relationship with a rep or a dealer or an artist. And, you know, if by supporting them, they will in turn look out for you when there's something you want, which is really kind of a great way to, you know, build friendships and build community.
That's true.
And I think that's one of the biggest things. Well, like say at cons, like I've never had the privilege of crossing paths with Will, and now moving on.
I know.
We get back to that world. It's good.
We have a mutual friend. I feel like I know you just a little bit, Hans.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I mean, there are like, and again, it's who's around me. Like Hans from Tri-State sat across from us. And we were at the end of the H hall up against the wall. Hans is across the way.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big fan of Humberto stuff.
Yeah.
So it's always great to see Hans and still talk, shop and stuff like that. Cause pretty much the art dealers that I cross paths with, I still like to know. It's my market data. Friends with Anthony, friends with Albert, friends with Quan. It's just who you know.
Sure.
And I think the broader that it gets, it's not so much the dog eat dog, because everybody, if they get a cover, you want to help them sell it. Again, it's karma, and it's, there's a professional courtesy in it too. I mean, there's probably some people that haven't been in it or deal a different way, so, but again, I'm still a fan, but I'm not the fanboy that can go into Comic-Con and do the cattle call at 9:15 in the morning and make that mad dash. I'm at the table. And so at the end of the day, I'm there to help greet the clients and help get them their sketches and get a sketchbook sold and let them see artwork. It's just waving at the cattle. It's like walk, don't run. And that one person with the bullhorn says that, and here's thousands of people that somehow don't trample that individual. So and I miss it.
For years, I was the first person on the show floor at C2E2 because that was our thing. It was we'd go Thursday night and we would like camp out waiting to get in. And it just like we built a community. We'd play cards on the floor of McCormick Place before C2E2 day one, like all night. And believe me, the guys who run past you are the guys who are going for the, they're going to go nuts for something. But if you plan your show right, you can get to somebody like Humberto and get a sketch or get a piece or get, on the list just by being prepared. And, walk, don't run, but be prepared for what you're doing.
Or show up with Oreos, as Sal says. Second comment.
Well, that's the funny thing is it's typically like C2E2 or San Diego. We have so many friends that will bring us cookies and nuts and this and that. And if a friend comes by and sees you have a pile of goodies right there, they're like, hey, there's your conversation starter right there. Mm-hmm. But typically like San Diego, New York are good examples where you're hell bent on time. Either you need to get to Will's table, or you need to get to Adam Hughes, or you need to get to this artist, or come by with Humberto and get on a sketch list. Like Humberto, we take a daily sketch list and we don't open it up for other days. It's like you get there early, boom, boom, boom. So if you're running in, you're going to get a Lego figure, you can come by, throw $200 at me, get your name on the list, you're gone. So you're on the list for that day, you're good. You can still go be part of Cattle and get your Power Ranger, or go to the Hasbro booth and get your Star Wars figure. So it's cool, but at the same time, it doesn't allow individuals like me, and it's a good thing and a bad thing. I can't fanboy out anymore, because I'm cleaning the booth up at the end. I can't go to Will's table and buy art. At the same time, I don't want to buy art because, again, these days there's a couple extra zeros on original art these days, and it's hard. It's as a fan and as a collector, oof, yeah.
No, it's listen, I became a dealer so I could keep collecting, and it's worked for many, many, many years, but it's getting really hard now. You get more and more creative, and you think it gets easier with time, and not necessarily.
Yeah. And then I think like things like we just saw, I watched you like on your comments on it with Comic Link. I think Comic Link, and I've been telling people, and I'm glad for like what Humberto's cover did. It's fantastic. I would have been happier if he got that money. But it's a sign of where I think 90s art, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of people pulling out of their personal collections. Because if they can see that a Jim Lee panel page with Black Panther sells for over $10,000, and that was 2 or 3 years ago, a $2,500 or $3,500 page, you can get triple that now. Yeah, we're going to start seeing a lot more artwork coming to the auction houses.
It's a slippery slope.
It is.
So let's talk about some stuff that's not at auction houses, some stuff that people can buy right now. So, if I don't do my job, Nick will yell. But let's.
Great segue.
You sent me a couple, Joe. You sent me a couple of pages with a ton of characters on them from Champions. Do you want to show some of those?
Sure.
Which one do you want to do first?
Let's go with, what is this? 17, page 9. So this is funny. Like with Champions, again, it allowed Humberto and good old Impulse partner in crime, Mark Waid, to tag team up again for a great book. So again, this is, 11 by 17, all original pencils from Humberto, inks from Victor Olazaba. It's one of those rare pages where you get Red Locust, who, lo and behold, is loosely based off of Humberto's wife, but again, still had a lot to do with the character El Chapulín from Mexico. So, and she had a big following, in the Champions. So again, this page, Miles Morales, everybody out there for speculation, Miles Morales fan. Anything with like Amadeus Cho's, he's in there huge. So Kamala Khan, everything that like leads into the MCU, be it on Disney Plus or in the big screen theaters, if someone can have a content page, with those characters on it. And again, one of a kind, like everything that Will and Nick and I have brought this evening. That's what it's all about. So again, it's only $500. So.
No,
and this is one of those. It's one of those titles. I think that unfortunately it had a fan following, but it took a while for it to do something big.
Team books are great, though. I mean, Pete, you get a lot of bang for your buck. You're getting a lot of characters there, and like you said, a lot of characters that have become more and more prominent and important in the MCU, and which leads back into comics, which leads back into cinematic. Yeah. So
it's again like Will has heard and seen, and I'm sure Kyle, you're new to it, so you've probably jumped onto it. It's still a lot of like, this is the year, and last year is the year of the first appearance. There is X amount of new people that are jumping on first Amadeus Cho, first, Kamala Khan, first Miles, they want that stuff. And, A, as a fan, and I think B, as an investor, because they see what's going on. And again, like with Champions, it's got everybody in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like the fact you can see New Nova.
Yeah.
But you only get to see his back, which is, I think it's interesting. But yeah, there's so many characters in this book that have gone on to big, big things.
Yeah. It's interesting. Just a quick comment. What you seeing the back of Nova and the back of Miles Morales Spider-Man. Those are two of the very few characters that you can see a back shot and it still looks great. And it's still, some back shots of characters, people are like, oh, I don't want that. Those are two of the few characters that you can do that, and it's still like acceptable, and people are like, oh, that's cool looking, because their costumes look great from the back as well.
Right, their costumes are super recognizable no matter what direction you're looking at them from. There are other characters that are maybe less recognizable from the side or from the back.
Yeah, I mean, typically for anybody jumping on, it's a great page. Again, there's the majority of those people that want to come in and want to have that perfect page of Miles swinging and doing everything he does on every single panel, or a splash page. But it's like Will said, that stuff's gone on night one. It's gone.
It's tough.
Yeah.
I've had people that wait for a perfect page. They want, whatever, Jack Kirby page, Steve Ditko page. And they're like, oh, it's just if that one panel had this. And I'm like, okay, it's going to go and you're going to be waiting. And then, 3 years later, oh, you're right. I should have bought that page.
Yeah. And I try and, again, that's something I've said for years is you don't want to play that woulda, shoulda, coulda, if I only mentality. Because if you come back to that, it bites you in the butt. Again, it's there, buy it, hopefully you don't have buyer's remorse. I think anything and any collector these days that, again, is getting a sketch or is jumping into original art, it's a fun hobby. And I think that regardless of if it stays in a personal collection, a black hole, or if you look at it just to basically hold on to it, be the caretaker, and trade it for something else. I think that that's a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, the time to buy something cool is when you see it, right?
See it. Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're never going to get it. You're never going to see it again if you don't.
Yeah, because let's say it like on a San Diego, like preview night. It's the biggest thing for anybody with artwork. If they haven't contacted Will or myself or something, and they haven't already set it up, you got to get over to the table. You got to know what's on the backboard or what's in the portfolios. Because typically Wednesday night, it's early bird gets the worm. You got to get to, an artist or an art rep or an original art dealer ASAP. I mean, it's a big thing. You want to get it, and it hasn't gone on. And then so many art dealers collections, they bring new content to shows. It's not on their website. That's why you go to and see Albert Moy with 20 art dealers at his booth, because he has all this new content.
Michael Finn asked a question. I'm going to chime in real quick, which is, what is wrong with waiting if that's what people want? I don't think anybody's saying there's anything wrong with waiting. What we're saying is if there's something you love and you see it, that you don't want to miss out on it. That's what we're talking about, is just the opportunity today with where art is going. It's going for incredible prices. And what we're just encouraging people to do, it's not like we're encouraging anyone to buy here. What we're encouraging people to do is when you see something you love, because these are all one of a kind, this is the time. The time to buy it is at that moment. And I stepped away, but you guys were talking about Humberto's Spider-Man cover that just went for an incredible amount, an amazing amount of money, since we're talking Amazing Spider-Man related.
Yeah.
But
that, and you guys were talking about how 90s art is popping. That's not even 90s. That's in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, that's the whole thing that's happening right now. Like, if the pricing has become collectibles, whether it's comic books or artwork, the reality is every time there's an economic slump or there's a situation like not that we'll ever, hopefully ever have the pandemic like the coronavirus again, but whenever there is that kind of disruption in society, collectibles, whether it's comic books, trading cards, original art, they shoot up in price, and they may plateau for a little bit, but they almost never come down. And the ability to replicate that. I mean, basically, our one friend Encore said this, and I elaborated on this. The old ceiling is the new floor now. And my thing is, there is no ceiling anymore. I mean, the prices are just so stratospheric. And to Joe's point, when you're going to a convention, there's a reason why, whether it's Albert Moy or it's Bashara or it's Will. I mean, Will doesn't put everything on his website because when he does the show, people go there and they want to see. He wants them to see it for the first time face to face. It gets people excited and it gets them spending. So whenever you see that one piece that you love, you got to go for it. By the way, my friend Jim was texting me. He wants to see that $500 Spider-Man to see if he wants to snatch it out from under me. So
we can make it happen.
Now I'm going to have 2 weeks in a row where they get snagged. You know, I start loving it. Brian brought up a great point. I recently bought Aquaman 48 cover by Robson Rocha. It was a little rush. When you get a chance for original art, there is that feeling of it's like your favorite comic. That favorite comic that you have to have, original art is the one thing that you can't replace, and you can't replace that joy. In a few minutes, once we show this, we'll show Nick's most embarrassing moments. But Jim K, here is the Amazing Spider-Man page. But I'm going to let the man who can describe it best talk about it. Take it away, Joseph.
Again, with this page, I mean, Taskmaster was in the Hunted storyline via Nick Spencer, and this is one of the best close-ups of him in the woods when they're basically hunting. All the Craven bots are going through and just hunting all of the villains of Spider-Man. So again, you can see the depiction of almost every single panel in there with the great Skullhead from Taskmaster. And again, this was only the second book where Humberto had done the Taskmaster. Previously, he did the tonal pencils in Avengers Initiative. I think it was 7 years before this. So definitely playing to get with a great character like Taskmaster. And again, he's a well-deserved character being in the Black Widow movie that will come out. I'm a fan of the original costume, but again, what you have to do for the MCU to kind of turn him and revitalize his outfit to suit the new fans. We'll see what happens.
So just to let everybody know, I put down the challenge that I put down on the shows. If no one buys this between now and 7:59, I am buying it. And just to show everybody, because I've done this a few times, so I want to show everybody some of the swag that I've got. So if we can go back to me, we're going to do we're going to show swag, because jump on it, as I say, and then we're going to do Nick's most embarrassing moment. So fortunately for me, Will delivers my art once I get a certain amount. So I bought this Punisher cover by Mike Perkins, and Mike is one of the most unbelievable artists in the industry and not appreciated for how great he is, although he's starting to get the recognition he deserves. This is a beautiful Punisher cover. I bought this sweet Ninjak cover from Will. And like I said, you'll see why I say, thank God Will delivers. We've got this Dave Sim page, which is Dan effin-tastic. And then Spencer Beck had these two great pages. This, I'm not showing the bottom just yet for a reason. This Brett Booth Teen Titans, and they got stuck, and you'll see why. This Will Conrad Wolverine. But Nick was so excited to get them that when he opened them, he went crazy and ripped the art. Not exactly a banner moment in the Nick Barucci house. But I did tell you guys, if you didn't buy it, I would buy it. So this is make fun of Nick. Ha ha, Nick's an idiot. So when I buy this Spider-Man, if my buddy Jim doesn't, I will not rip that one.
Please. I was almost thinking about sending it to Will first to see if it could have it. So.
Might be a good move. Might be a good move.
I had my microphone muted. If you guys could have heard what my stomach did when Nick showed that rip.
Yeah, you looked a little green around the gills for a couple minutes there.
Yeah, really, it bothers me.
But thank the Lord it wasn't the Dave Sim piece.
Thank the Lord. I mean, look, it's anyway. Yeah, Nick's an idiot. This is why I say get excited about the art and jump on it if you like it. Just don't rip it. And
let's
one quick
Here's
thing.
A question on that too. Can you send that? Can you send those pieces to Robert Dennis? Is there anything good old buddy Robert Dennis can do with those?
I don't know. Will, what's your advice?
I mean, sure. I mean, you certainly could send it to a restorer, Robert. There's a couple others as well, but I mean, it's usually you kind of base it on the value of the page, and let's say the page is $500. I don't know. It may not be cost effective to do, unless maybe somebody loves that page and they're like, sure, I'll spend $300 to repair the tear of a $500, but that's usually how it's measured. Most restorers will tell you if it's worth less than say $1,000 to $1,500, it's probably not worth restoring unless it's something very, very minor.
So wait 2 years, basically. Wait till it's worth that much.
Yeah, I mean, unless you love it. I mean, if you got the money and you want to restore it, hey, it'd be fairly simple. It's
artwork is fantastic. So.
Oh yeah, it is. And speaking of Spencer Beck, real quick, Spencer sent us some art. I'm going to show this to Andrew. Andrew, this is probably the lowest priced piece of art of the night. This is Jimmy Chung from Cyan number 9, page 16, $150. And we were talking about how this is where Jimmy first started getting a lot of attention. And then when, unfortunately, CrossGen filed for bankruptcy, where Marvel swooped in and took some of the best art, all the best artists. I mean, you've got everyone from Jimmy Chung to Greg Land, Butch Geist, Steve McNiven. So many people made it to the next level. So we've got this baby. And the piece that Spencer gave us that Jose Luis Garcia Lopez had been keeping for a long time that is finally available is this 2-page Tarzan spread title page and the 2-pager for $2,500. Now, very, very premium piece. And if you are interested, we will do 20% down and the rest within 30 days. I'm not as generous as Will going 60 days, only because I just, too much going on. But we do our best. But
your credits on that, Nick, are those like lettered and pasted on, or those are hand drawn, correct?
No, these are pasted, actually. These are actually pasted. The lettering itself is on the board, but this is got some paste on it.
Yeah, that's still a good buy-up right there because typically there's so many fans of credit intro pages. So
yeah,
great. It's a great piece,
and it's 45 years old. Yeah. So it's a great double-page spread. I mean, look, and Jose is one of the best artists in the industry. So, but you know what? This shows a little bit more about Joseph and Humberto. We're fortunate to have him as a special guest. The one thing I'll say is you know what? I'm going to talk about two things. First, here's the problem original art dealers are having, like Will. Replacement inventory. They are selling inventory. Will was telling me, and I'll speak for Will right now, he was telling me that his business doubled last year from the year before, and this year looks like he's going to double again. And this was just casual conversation. And replacing the art that's being sold is difficult because these are one of a kind. Right. So this is where the market is right now. The other thing that I'll say in regards to Joseph, I mentioned earlier this evening that I see Joseph and Humberto about 4 times a year. And I will tell you, when I look through their portfolios, show to show, San Diego to New York Comic Con to C2E2 and whatever show we see in between, a lot of the artwork from obviously those guys do a lot of shows, but a lot of the artwork from show to show is gone. I would say I was doing the math once, and I said to Joseph, I was like, dude, every time I see you at a show, you have 2 to 3 new books, but you sold 75% of everything else you had before. And Joseph just said, yeah, we got great fans and we're lucky between the fact that you pick up new fans at shows and the fact that you have existing fans that buy from you that know how to reach you, the pages just fly.
Yeah.
So
typically it's also a secondary market where people can come up and try and get a sketch, can't get it. But if there's a $300 page in there or something that's very equivalent, they'll jump on it. Because again, it's still one of a kind, like a sketch. So, I mean, it's still content. Spider-Man typically would sell itself. I mean, when Humberto and Dan were on a book, it doesn't matter if it was amazing or superior. You couldn't get it out there fast enough. And there was always a couple little scraggler pages here or there. But again, if that's all the people saw and that's all they knew was available, they would take it.
So you sent us another Champions page.
I did.
Let's take a look at that one.
Yeah, we got a great page with full body, and it's still backside, but Miles is still looking at the user. So, but again, this is one of the great things that Humberto does with books. It's crowds. He's not the biggest fan of it. So when his writer is telling him, X amount of crowd, X amount of people, do X, Y, and Z with it, he still does it like a champ. And again, 11 by 17, all original pencils, all original inks by Victor Olazaba. So,
no, it's beautiful, and look at how many characters are there. I mean, it's fantastic. Look, you've got the Hulk. Is that Miles Morales Spider-Man?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. So you've got Miles Morales Spider-Man right now. Everything Miles Morales is popping. It's only $500, and trust me, $500 is only for that page. Ultimate Fallout #4 cover just sold for $225,000, and it's not a secret. So to Dinesh, who was part of Valiant, he bought it for $225,000 for the cover to Ultimate Fallout, which was 10 or 11 years ago. So right now, anything with Miles Morales is selling far more briskly. We saw what happened with Silk at Comic Link, how much that went for. What did that break again?
Just short of 65.
So 64,000 and change for the first appearance of Silk. Humberto just continues to grow in popularity, and the price of his artwork continues to climb. And this is why we say, if you think you love it, you should buy it, because it is a one of a kind, and you will not get another opportunity. Look, this is why the Taskmaster page, I might have been getting mixed up with Marvel team up with Whiplash on the cover. I think that was the cover, Will, but I could be mistaken.
Yes, that is correct.
So, but that's why I'm jumping on the Taskmaster page, because it's the fact that A, it's Humberto Ramos. B, you hardly see Taskmaster. And C, he's going to be in the Black Widow movie, whether it comes out May 3rd or it comes out in July or November. Doesn't matter.
Coming out eventually.
It's coming out eventually. And you know what? Honestly, as WandaVision has proven, even if they decided to put it just on Disney Max or Disney Plus, excuse me, even if they just decided to put it on Disney Plus, he will elevate. And then you're going to sit there and go, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't get this. Look, I'm going to give my favorite other example. Many years ago, I was able to get the cover to Daredevil 256, third cover with Typhoid Mary.
Oh, great cover.
It's a fantastic cover, and I don't even want to bother to say what I paid. Let me just put it to you like this. I got an email from someone the day after I posted it who said, I guess it was 1988, 89, whenever it was, John Romita Jr. had this for sale at an Ohio Comic-Con, and he had it for $85. And the guy had $75. $75. He did not want to spend the extra $10. And John Jr. said, look, it's my girlfriend. This is modeled to my girlfriend. I'm not going to sell it for less than $85. Let's just say the guy was kicking himself. I mean, Will has told the story before about Christie's auction and Gertzie's auction and sitting there and getting Romita's senior covers for what, $300 or $500 or something like that.
Gil Kane covers were going in lots of 3 to 5 covers, and they were averaging, I don't know, $150 to $200 each.
And this is 1992. Am I getting the year right?
Yeah, roughly 92, 3, somewhere around there.
So, again, we're not saying buy this for the financial investment. The fact that it may end up being a good financial investment is one thing, but buy it for the emotional investment and the fact that it's one of a kind. There is something to be said about having something that no one else has that you can enjoy forever. So, and we can almost guarantee you, once you get the bug, you're going to come back. It's just an incredible rush. Real quick, Wildstorm CCG said on my 2 rip pages, at least I can say they passed the rip test. Yes, they rip. They pass the rip test. They do rip. Thank God I realized. I'm like, ah! Anyway, Joseph, what else do you have tonight? Let's
We got
spend a little bit more time on Humberto.
we got one more fantastic Strange Academy page. Fantastic Strange Academy page. And the biggest thing with this, especially with this title, is Brother Voodoo is one of the instructors at the school. So we all know, just like if it's not Doctor Strange, who has been appearing in this title, Brother Voodoo is always right there. And I mean, again, look at those trees. And that cross hatching, nice.
So I'm going to do it twice in one night. Everybody has 13 minutes to buy this, or I'm buying it. So now I will have another Amazing Spider-Man page, and I'll have a Strange Academy. So this is a beautiful book, and this is a great page. So, and he sold me on Brother Voodoo. That's the funniest thing. Will and I talk about this all the time. It is so amazing that characters that are considered the minor characters, what love people have for them when it comes to original art.
Oh, they appear less. I mean, you have fewer opportunities to get an original with said character on it.
Yep. So, how many Strange Academy pages did you have tonight? 2 or 3? Two. And you had 2 Spider-Mans?
1 Spider-Man and 2 champions.
And 2 champions. So out of 5 pages, I'm buying 2 of them. I'm buying 40% of the inventory tonight if no one else beats me to it. And the fans come first. So if a fan does want it between now and 8 o'clock, either of those pages are yours. If you don't, those pages are mine. Hey, we got a question from Omar.
There we go. So all you have to do, Omar, is claim it. Just say, claim and name the page, name the piece. It's as simple as that. And we will take your information down and put you in touch with the seller, whether it be Joseph, myself, or Nick.
Easy peasy, my friend. Easy peasy. We have fun, but this is a laid back show. We try and make them informative. And obviously, we are putting art out there for you to buy, and we will make it easy for you to buy. I mean, which page are you the most interested in? Now I'm curious. So you won't hurt anybody's feelings.
Just to clear things up just a little bit, Omar or anyone else who wants to buy anything, claim it in the chat. Just say the name of the piece, and if you can remember the page, and you'll get a message this evening from the experience to get your billing information so that we can forward it on to either Joseph, Will, or Nick.
Very easy, guys.
I've done the business.
So. Easy peasy.
Kyle gets to get paid this week.
Well, not yet. Not yet. He could get paid in one of your ripped pages, so you never know.
I wouldn't do that to Kyle. Even if he did take a page away from me last week, for those of you who weren't here, last week I threw down the gauntlet and said, if no one buys this page by the end of the show, I'm buying it. And Kyle said, I think I want to outshine Nick.
For the record, they're 4 pages from the same series from the same artist. They're sequential pages, so they need to be kept together as a set.
That's the excuse he's using. I think he was willing to buy 4 pages just to burn me, but hey, that's just my suspicion.
Perks are perks, Nick.
So I think we should show all 5 pages of Joseph's again, just for the people that came in late. We know Andrew came in later. We know Michael came in later. So let's show all 5 pages. And the thing that Joseph did, which I think is fantastic, is he brought 5 affordable pages by Humberto. Easy. They're all $500 each.
I guess we'll
let me get them queued up here. And we will go through them one by one in the last few minutes of the show. Give me just one more second to press the right buttons.
All right, let's
Because
I guess I gotta revisit Kyle getting paid
Don't
this
press
week.
the wrong.
well, I was thinking about maybe making a claim, but let me get this queued up the way we want it here. All right, so we'll start with the Amazing Spider-Man page. If I can get again things to work the way I want them to.
Joseph, while we're waiting, please pull a page up.
We'll pull the next page up.
That is a beautiful Strange Academy page. That
It
is
is.
incredible. Look at that. And we were talking about this before. This is a series ripe for a Disney Plus show. So,
Really is.
yeah.
Right. And Kyle, if I could have you cut to me real quick, what I'll do is, because I know that Will was talking about this earlier. So these are the markers that Humberto uses, the touch markers. So again, anybody out there that wants to get into rendering, and again, Copic is expensive. So I mean, they look exactly like it. You can go to your lovely Dick Blick or whatnot, but
And they behave like
they're very
Copics,
affordable.
right? They behave like Copics pretty much.
They do, and they are refillable as well.
And my understanding is, because I asked a couple other reps, these are permanent as far as we know.
Yes, unless of course you just want to test it and put it in front of a window.
Well, yeah, I mean, you put it in the sun and bake it. That's a different. But yeah, if you take care of it, it's permanent.
Yeah.
Great.
I'll throw this out there. If anybody beats me on the 2 pages I'm committing to, I'll pay for shipping, because I got to pay for the shipping anyway if I win them. So I'm cool with that. Giving a little bit back. Neil, what are you doing? What are you waiting? Come on, claim your Strange Academy.
Yeah, one of a kind, baby.
Let's go on to the next one. Back to the Spider-Man here.
Yeah, that's a really nice page. It really is.
And that's one of the pages that I am claiming if no one claims it between now and 8 o'clock. So you have 6.5, 7 minutes right now, guys.
Yeah, Taskmaster's up there for among some of my favorite villains.
And he's going to be in the Black Widow movie. So whenever it comes out, and at that point, you're going to sit there and go, oh, there's no Taskmaster pages. Forget about even the price. You're not going to even be able to find it. It's as simple as that.
Well, even in the industry he's got his new series right now, but even in between, I'm sure that Will has seen how many pages of those first 2 issues have you ever come across? And since then, the Taskmaster is in.
Perez issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're I mean, years ago I would come across them occasionally, but less and less frequently, and never seen the covers. Came across, I know where the Splash is. A buddy of mine owns it, but he's outside of the United States, and he is cozy with it. It ain't going nowhere.
Oh yeah.
So
he's very limited, I think, on the content with Marvel.
Yeah.
So they've been very selective with him.
they have. And great character. Great character.
Yeah.
All right, let's come over here. This is Champions. Which one is this? Is this
Is that 10
17?
page 10?
It's 10 page 10. All right.
10 page 10. Yeah.
Champions 10 page 10. It's the big group shot with, Groot back there in the group. I spent the whole time we were talking about this trying to pick out people who were in the background.
And the big
And
one
I
is
guess
Miles Morales.
Yeah, but he's in the foreground. I was trying to figure out who all was in the group, who all they were talking to. But this is, Champions 10 page 10, $500.
And a full body page. I mean, you can get that kind of, it's, a little bit of the negative space, but the 2/3 splash with full bodies at the, at the bottom is always good for investment, good for your fans too. So
People love big
Real
panels.
great look on that page.
This would display well.
yeah.
And
And again,
next-
these are all original pencils and inks, no blue line.
Yep. No, it's the best. I mean, look, again, Humberto's been around for nearly 30 years. He has not missed a beat. He will not miss a beat. He's 100% professional, and his art continues to grow. He's had some of the best inkers in comics. We were talking about Sandra Hope and everyone else. But now that he's inking himself and adding in the extra shading, it's even better than ever. So, sorry to interrupt. Now we're at Champion 17.
Right. More Humberto Ramos pencils with inks by Victor Olazaba.
Who just
And
chimed
500.
in?
Yeah, exactly. See, we got guests tonight.
Yeah, how about it?
Wait, so all right, so you've got Nova. Is that Nova in there? You've got Hulkling. You've got Miles Morales.
And Red
God.
Locust.
Huh?
See, we bring some talent to the show. They might only be on the comments because they're busy. And I know Victor's on a deadline right now. Literally, I was talking to him right before the show, but he stopped by. It's always good.
See this? 3 minutes and 3 pieces of art. I'm buying this if nobody buys it in the next minute.
I was going to say, I know that 3 is not for the 3 minutes. It's for the third piece of art.
So there's
Again,
three
it's
pieces of
good
art.
because Red Locust doesn't. I mean, a lot of people were given Red Locust pages. Humberto and Victor, the first appearance that she appeared in, because again, she's rooted from El Chapulín, Colorado. They kept all those pages, so she's very limited in the original space.
I got 3. I got a Champions. I got a Strange Academy. I got a Spider-Man. It's a trifecta. So Taskmaster, Champions with Miles Morales, and Strange Academy. Beat me if you can. You got 2 minutes. So let's go to this one.
He's shaving time off the clock, too.
Yeah, right?
I'm watching him. I got this. All right. So this is Strange Academy page 6. Or number 6, page 4. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
this is the other one that Nick is staking his claim on.
Yep.
But anybody can buy it out from under him. Guys, it's so rewarding. You want to talk about psychically satisfying? Buy a piece of art out from under Nick. All right. I said, perks is perks. I got 3 really cool pages with an amazing 4 really cool pages with an amazing backstory last week, and I got to buy art out from under Nick. Wow. All right.
It sounds like a beer coaster or a drink coaster. It says shill bidding Nick. So that's just how it needs to go. So
no.
Hey, you did it.
Like I said.
So.
Well, hey, snipe bidding, I think you mean, not shill. Snipe bidding.
Yeah, snipe bidding.
Sniping Nick is super fun.
You got 1 minute.
All right.
What else do we have? Hey, you know what? Let's go back to Jimmy Chung. How about we stop talking about Humberto now? How about we talk about anybody else?
We got 1 minute left, and we actually have about a minute and a half. So this is a perfect time. Joseph, tell us where we can follow you on social media, where people can follow Humberto, where people can follow Victor, where they can follow anybody that we need to be following as it relates to you, so we can get on the social medias and get that taken care of.
As far as any original art, I'm on the lovely Bill Cox's gallery right now, so you can look up Humberto Ramos's gallery on Comic Art Fans. For social media, Humberto Ramos, basically across all 3 of them, and he's in Ramos land as far on on Instagram. Victor is Olazaba Inks. I'm sure he'll chime in here on that. And myself, I'm at Culture Vandal. So, and again, I'm just like everybody else, we're waiting back for the world to get back to normal so we can get together and sell some art and have a good beer after hours.
As always, everybody should
go ahead, Kyle.
As always, everyone should head over to Comic Art page to check out Will's stuff. He had one more killer piece we didn't get to this week that I'm gonna make him save for next week because it's a killer piece. It is. That we'll talk about next week. But head over to Comic Art page. It's the one that looks like the Things belt line. If you're not sure if you're in the right place, it looks like the Things belt line. So that's how you know where to go. And then tune back in on Saturday evening for Nick and I for Comic Collectibles with Dynamic Forces. It'll be Nick and I. Maybe we'll have some friends show up talking about some really fun collectibles. So that being said, thank you to Joseph.
I'm bringing Silver Age Fantastic Four with me. A little bit of silver, a little bit of bronze, as well as autographed comic. And before Kyle does the goodbye, I want to ask Joseph, do you think you and Humberto can come back one of these days?
Sure.
Awesome. I think everybody would love it. I think it would be fantastic.
That'd be great.
I think it would be just such a pleasure. It was really nice of Humberto to come on. It was nice of Victor to come on, and it'll be fantastic to have both you guys here together. Andrew, the $150 Sty on Jimmy Chung page was the Cucinata special.
We'll show that again to you on Saturday. We got to get out of here and make room for the next show, fellas. We were running behind, so we're going to take a quick break. Andrew, tune in Saturday, and we'll show you the page again. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Joseph. Thanks for coming out. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Hi, everybody. It's Miss Jen and Jenna. Hi. With what's in the box? I totally posted everywhere that I was doing Mishwash, which is hilarious because my brain totally said that. By the way, I was behind the scenes. What you guys can't tell on your side of the experience platform is that when we're doing our shows, we can actually see each other all in the kind of like the waiting room. And I'm in the waiting room just waving things and making crazy, whatever. It wasn't really to tell them to like get out. It was mostly like, please end, because I'm so tempted by all of that original art. Oh my gosh, that Strange Academy page is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. I will totally have all the regrets that I did not buy that page. So whoever gets that page,
I'm jelly.
Much love to you. Much love to you. I'm okay as long as it goes to a good house, wherever that is.
I was sitting back here just doing the ear dance, and I'm like, I don't want to look at this page anymore. I can't look at it.
So awesome. Yeah, there were some great pages. So I will tell you a page story. Back in the 90s, when I was first in the industry, I used to go to shows like what became known C2E2, but back then it was just Chicago Comic Convention. And you could walk into booths that just had entire books of original art pages laying flat. And then on the back of them, there would be like a little pencil mark for how much it was per page. So, and I would go and wander around those booths and pick up Preacher pages because that's what I wanted. I'd go find the ones that had like the events that I thought that I cared about, like the one where Star gets his scar in the middle of his forehead, and the one where it's very obvious that Tulip and Cassidy like admit like for each other, which it makes it a super weird love triangle. But so I bought all these pages, and I would be leaving the booth, and Mike Turner would be coming in. Yes, that Michael Turner. And he would be like, Jen, what do you have? I'd be like, these Preacher pages, haha. And he'd be like, curse you. So we had competition for Preacher pages for a long time. But they give me a lot of joy, just the way that they do Nick. In his face, I can see the childlike love for the art. It does become like your kids. You love it so much. You take it out every once in a while and just in the moment, be like,
Is that what you do with your kids too? Just take them out of the room every once in a
I
while?
do. I take my kids and
then put them back in their room?
Sure.
I can see you doing that in the just to like open the door. Like, oh, I love you. And
so anyway, you guys aren't here to have me tell you stories about original art, but I thought I'd share with you all the love. And by the way, back in the day, 1990, whatever, you could get original Preacher pages for $65, which I did.
You're full of shenanigans.
Not totally. I have a bunch. I still have the original prices in the back. I have even some that I paid $35 for because the price is still back there. I know. I feel like a really smart person. All right, so you are with me. I'm Jen King. This is Space Cadets. We have a lot of fun going on today. This is What's in the Box, which is a ridiculous show that we do. I've got boxes over here. I'll show you what they look like. They are boxes from, oh golly, Damon, that have a bunch of books in them. These are boxes that were packed and shipped to me from a store. This is largely stuff that was in their back room that they never took out, or stuff that they just never got around to selling and ended up in these boxes. It's all from the last 10 years or so. Some of it comes out of that. Hey, Jay.
Hi, husband.
Some of that is outside of that, but largely this is like, I mean, you can find some really great things in these boxes, and they're perfect for filling in collections for you or grabbing up a super good deal on stuff that has minor key stuff in it now. Because I sell it all for cover price, whatever comes out of the box, it doesn't matter. I have a set price that I paid for each of these comic books, so I'm happy to pass on the deals to you guys. And what does Nick say? Preacher, yeah, it did.
35 was a steal.
Yep, Nick's trying to figure out how to get my Preacher pages right now.
Jay just wants to hear more stories.
My favorite page, and the one I will never ever sell, is page 1 of issue 2. It's the one where the sheriff and the deputies are discussing their first interaction with the preacher, in which they're, sorry, maybe not the preacher. It might have been with the Santa Killers, but they're talking about their interaction. It's like, why did you say you watched him draw down on you and he didn't do anything about it? And their last thing on the page that he says is like, I didn't see no draw. So he's that fast. It was really fun. That was my favorite page of all time. All right. If you were purchasing from us for the very first time, you've never purchased on any platform at all, there's a cool form to fill out that is at Space Cadets Collection / Reg CBSE. And it's just a regular form that lets us know how to get in contact with you at the end so we can send you your invoice, etc. You can shop with me and all the shows that I'm going to be doing. If you send me a direct message, if you each happen to be watching on Facebook, I will send you my big schedule, or you can send me a message through that and ask me for that. The scheduling, we have a bunch of shows that we do every week. So there's a bunch of different themes. I do shipping. The rates are down here at the bottom. Really inexpensively, we do media rates. So super cheap. And all of our invoicing and shipping out, etc., happens on Wednesdays. So you can shop with me all this week through to next Wednesday. It invoices together and ships together to save you a great amount of money. All right, let's get going on this. Again, everything in the box, many boxes that I have over here, is cover price. It's not going to be bagged or boarded when you see it, but Jenna, who's on the other side,
Hi!
with multicolored hair today, is going to be bagging and boarding it as soon as it gets claimed.
Just a little bit of green, red, blue, purple. I think this is turning pink at this point.
Yep. And like I said, these books haven't been out of these boxes since I bought them. I know at least these boxes have been still boxed for the last year because I got them all on pallets right ahead of COVID. They actually came to me, I think, right ahead of COVID. That's right. Totally.
What's in the box?
All right, looks like we got some good indies. It's indie time. This is a cool book, Dark Horse book called Orchid. Yeah, I've got 2 copies of number 9. The cover price on these is $3.50. Let's see the colored hair. I don't know. She doesn't want to come over on camera.
If it's for Brainy.
Brainy wants to see. All right, she's going to come around. Here she comes. She's going all the way around. This way, and then around a bit again. She's going to get some workout.
I already got kind of one from the semi shopping earlier.
So many colors.
You see?
Now you know what Miss Jenna looks like.
Hi.
only my second time I came.
It's true.
First time I had a mask on. The first time was this last Saturday, wasn't it?
Someday, if you're lucky, if I'm traveling somewhere, you might get a Jenna and Hannah show. This is orchid number 5. Whoa, orchid number 5. Put all the orchids together.
Hair.
And orchid number 4. Multiple copies of many of these, so there's lots of people that can claim.
If you ever want me to do your hair, you can come on down.
Ooh, there might be actually all of them. Here is orchid number 3. Brainy, is today your birthday, or are you saying that you're just getting it for your birthday, the eventual birthday? Maybe it is your birthday. Happy birthday.
I am not a snow cone.
It is kind of like rainbow snow cone. There's not enough yellow in it to be that.
Yeah, see, it's a snow cone.
No. There you go. And there's number 2, fighting a bear, I guess. Oh, it looks like, that looks suspiciously like a scorpion bear.
Ooh.
And number 1.
Do a beard or something.
You don't have any hair left? I think that that's a lie. I'm pretty sure under that head dressing there is many hairs. Oh, here's like a variant of some sort. That is orchid number 1 variant, and it has a cover price of $3.50 on there. So it doesn't matter that it says $10. You guys can get it for $3.50 because that's what I said was going to happen.
Well, happy belated birth, Mr. Brainy. Happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. Brainy.
I have to sing on the birthmas song later.
Okay, this is awesome. This is the second series of Quantum and Woody by Christopher Priest. This is Quantum and Woody number 5, and it looks like these are in reverse order. So
The orchid 1, 2, and variant for our Mr. Jet.
there you go.
Happy
First call of the day goes Jeff Gill.
Getting in there fast.
Okay, and then number 4. I hope we have all the way back to 1. That'll be awesome.
Quantum and Woody.
This is the one book that I read, and I'm like, there's some blonde, more than one blonde in this book, and I'm like going, how do you tell the difference between these two? I think it's on purpose, though. There's 3s. If you don't know anything about Quantum and Woody, they are brothers, although clearly not natural brothers.
They're
And
adopted loving brothers.
yep, they're adopted living brothers, and they both got these cool bracelets that give them powers. If they don't clang them every 24 hours, then bad things happen. So even when they're brothers that are fighting, they have to be near each other.
Yeah. And I love it because one is super serious and he's like, for the world. And then, of course, the other one's like, for the booze and the ladies.
And there's very complex daddy issues and other fun stuff in
But
the
there's
series.
love at the end of the day.
Yeah. And I don't think there might not be the goat in this one. There's a goat that they have.
Is this
But I don't-
the first series?
This is volume 2.
Oh,
Or Q2 as they call it. And there's more number
I don't
3s.
think there was the goat in that one.
No, the goat is way cool.
I love the
You
goat.
should come back. All right. This is a book from Avatar called Stitched. It looks like, that's bloody. Violence. So many violences. Oh, my Lord.
I'm going to start a hashtag that says,
So many violences.
cool, the gore.
Stitched number 19. Number 16 is a wrap cover.
The goat is the goat. The goat will be for dinner. I think that goat would have you for dinner.
15 is a wrap. You can see how bloody it is. Oh, my lords. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all ages audiences. These covers are gross. 11 wrap. Oh, boy. Guys, I'm trying to figure out where his guts are. What? Okay. Number 10.
Flustered.
10 gore. I'm just like really bad.
Yes,
Whoa.
yes it is.
10 wrap. Whoa.
Well, that was not as bad.
Like, sure. 8 gore. Oh god. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. 8 regular. What in the world?
These are what flusters you, but some of the Zenoscope ones don't.
No, Zenoscope's good. Those girls are boss. There's number 6. It doesn't even marked as gore, but this guy's got missing half of his head and he's got bullet holes going through him. I don't know. Number 6, she's got to chop your face.
That one's not
There's number 5. These are 5 wrap.
Ooh.
4 wrap. 3 wrap, and there might be some more down in this box, but that's as many as I picked up this time.
Ooh, Tina, 19, 16, 15, 11, 10, 9, 8, 6.
All over here. I'm just going to hand them over to
Yeah,
Tina, and
yeah.
she's going to start begging and boarding
I got
these
you.
treasures. As I was looking at them, I was thinking to myself, I hope Tina comes on because this is totally her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, some awesome dynamite. Where's my boy, Nick Brucci? He's back there. Prophecy on Mars. This is book 5. Prophecy, book 5. And book 4. Sorry, I put things sideways, y'all. It's just easier than holding them straight. There it is, book 4.
Ooh, I really like
Okay,
that.
I got you. Choose one of everything, even if it's the same number.
I am. Give me one of each couple.
You had to unfriend Tina? Oh, my lords.
Ah,
That's not true. That's a lie.
you're full
Book
of shenanigans.
2. And Prophecy book 1. By the way, I'll also say the overall condition of these books is really amazing. But there might be some spine ticks on them just from stress of sitting in the boxes for so long. You got over it. By the way, we're all become one big family on here, so we do like to give each other heck.
Okay, so I had these 2 as our leftovers.
All right, so
These are
they're
the
only
doubles.
this is all we have left for stitched. Those gritty ones.
I grabbed just enough for Tina.
That's pretty cool. This is a book called Quantum and Moody.
Today is a day.
As my dad would say, I make sure my teeth are still in. Quantum and Woody Must Die. This is number 1. Back at it again. Brady's no longer your brother from another mother, so that's horrible.
Aw.
I'm sad to see that happen. This one's got some real damage to it, so I'm going to toss this one over here for now. But there's another one that doesn't have it. This one is Quantum and Woody Valiant Size what? Oh, it is Quantum and Woody Valiant Size. That's the name of the book.
Oh.
There you go.
Huh.
Ooh, here's some more of the Quantum and Woody Q2s.
Well, brothers and sisters fight. I'm sure it'll be okay.
Here's Q2 number 2 and Q2 number 1. You have a whole series. Grab those up, dadgummit. I cannot wait for Quantum and Woody to hit the screen. These characters are ridiculous.
How much are they right now? They are cover price today.
Cover price, cover price, cover price, cover price. Susie, if you have a question about specific titles, I'll tell you what the cover price is. I'm happy to do that. What? Which one? Which one? I don't know which one we're talking about, but
You know, if you think about that statement, it basically states that the father.
don't know what the statement was.
Oh, brother from another mother.
Oh. Well, the truth is, people that are using that the what is it, the genetic swab thing, are finding out that
They might have.
some of their family members might have been a little more loose. I actually know someone specifically that did the test and found out they had a half brother they didn't know anything about.
I've been hearing stories like that. They're like, oh yeah, I have like 5 siblings, and I'm like,
I don't want to know any of that stuff.
uh-uh.
All right, this looks awesome. This is the Invincible Haggard West, number 101, final issue, The Death of Haggard West. I think this was a one-shot, honestly. It doesn't make any sense because they did not have 101 issues of this book.
It's the final issue, but now
This is a limited edition sneak peek of the first book of Battling Boy by Paul Pope. There you go. That looks like a bait and switch book right there because that's not what that says on the cover at all. So there you go. Probably an expensive book, and it's $3. I'll look it up afterwards. So if you guys let me keep those, I'm gonna dance a jig later.
I need Invincible for a Jeff Lee.
Invincible. Jeff is smart. By the way, for these things that I have a gajillion copies of, once everybody claims one of them that wants them, if you say you want all of it, it's totally fine with me. Oh, is it? Let's get a better one. We get you a better one. This one's got a ding dong.
Yes, this one's good. First second.
Someone look this one up because I'm super intrigued. I want to know. All right. Stitched number 3. That's straight up 3. I have a whole bunch of 2 gore.
Hello, Ashby.
In the world of those. Ashby, hello.
Brainy, I'm kind of afraid for you to finish that statement. Oh, were they siblings? Oh, I did hear about this one. Yeah, they found out that they had actually like grown up together, and
that's so sad.
Yeah, they had the same birthday. He's saying it right now. Yup, but they were half. Stitch 3-2 gore for Tina, please. Okay. Stitch 2 for Jeff.
You guys remember they actually did an episode of Community in which one of the characters ended up marrying his cousin?
Did you have another Stitch 2?
I have plenty of the gore, yes.
Okay. I need that one for Jeff, please.
Got it. Jeff, I got more if you need more gore in your life. All the gore is minimum. All right, and this is a big pile of Stitch number 2, just regular old number 2. I hand one for Tina because I know she's going to need one.
They were twins. Oh, that's a different one that I heard about.
Well, it makes sense that twins would want to find each other again because that's kind of like their thing, right?
But they got married.
All right, and there is issue 2 wraparound.
There we go. Gotcha, Tina.
I love this. Tina can't quit you, Brainy. I can't quit you. Tina, I'm just handing one of each over so you can call it, but I already know that you want it.
It's already there. We're just confirming.
All right, and Stitched number 1 wraparound. Number 1 wraparound. And just regular old number 1. Man, this is a great box. Holy cow. There's enough for everybody. Everyone can grab some super graphic.
I need a Stitch number 1 wraparound for Jeff, too, please.
Jeff, I got you wraparound.
Well, actually, he typed it in before you said wraparound, so I'm guessing he meant the wraparound.
Jeff, just let me know which one you got, because for number 1, I've got wraparound and I've got regular. So
I need a regular for Tina, please.
How much you want?
No, you handed me the wraparound, but not that one.
What in the world's wrong with me?
The shenanigans is coming in hard today.
Bad person today.
Oh.
Jeff, you want one of each? Oh, wrap. Wrap it is.
Oh, that's adorable.
So irresistible. I was just talking to someone today about our craziness of pushing each other to the limit for charity. We love pushing ourselves to the limit for charity and everybody else that's at the charity auction and no one taking anything as a steal when we're there. Mm-hmm. All right. Half Past Danger. This is issue number 6. Can you put Brainy in timeout?
No.
No one puts Brainy in a corner.
Wow.
Come on.
Now I
had the time of my life.
And Brainy's in timeout.
Subcover. Sorry.
Yes, he is.
And a number 1.
That's right. I will make you all a song. That's my favorite pastime to do with my husband, where we just like start randomly singing a song, but with like different words.
This one looks like a fancy dancy book. This is the Guild Blades with a fancy foily cover.
Ooh.
Blades.
25th anniversary.
So one shot. I don't even know how to price this one because there isn't anything on that cover. What do I do?
It was a 25th anniversary, so let's say
$25,000.
Yeah, I like that. I was gonna say 250, but you know.
We'll say it's $399, even though I know it's more. There you go. $399. Taji Beats, yes.
Half past danger first, you showed, second covered one.
Mm-hmm. Half past danger first, you show. Comma, second cover one. So that's all three. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Ooh, sorry. This is a one shot. The Guild Fox. I didn't know these existed. I'm a big Guild fan. There you go. Guild. Guild Clara. The cutie back cover. Guild Vork. Guild Tink. Guild Blades. Now, I think it looks like we've got multiples of a lot of, oh no, Guild Zaboot. Now I gotta put the Vorks together, the Tinks together. Okay, there's a bunch of everything. Oh no, there's not that many. So there's maybe enough for two people to get Guild stuff. That's Felicia Day. Ah, God is dead. Mike Costa. This is 17, the iconic cover. Fair warning, I've never read these, so I can't tell you what they're about. Jonathan Hickman is responsible for them, so you know it's good. 16, iconic.
What company is that?
That is from Avatar. This feels like a very Avatar-y pile. 15, Carnage Wrap.
God is Dead 17.
Okay, we'll start pulling those in a minute. 14, End of Days. 14, Carnage Wrap.
Ooh, I like that.
14. Ooh, 10.
You should just start handing them to me.
Here, I'm going to hand those so far.
Yes, hand them. All right, so here we go.
Man, this is such a good box. Holy cow. 9, End of Days. 9, Iconic.
17, Tina. Which one?
8, Iconic. 7, Iconic. 7, End of Days. 7. 7, Carnage Wrap. 6, Iconic.
16.
6, Carnage Wrap. And 6. I think that's all that's in this box.
All right, 15 wrap for both.
I'm going to hand this over. You guys keep on calling them. She's pulling them in the back. If you listen, you'll be able to hear her say what she's pulling. And that's the end of what's in that box. Let's see if we can find. Who knows? They don't usually have the boxes next to each other when I pull them. So. Who knows what's in this next box? Ooh, more indies though. This is gonna be a great day.
So Tina, you put 14 on twice. Did you mean 14 and 14 wrap?
Sure.
I'm guessing that's what you meant because I'm putting both.
One of all color covers of God is
Okay.
Dead. Yeah. Hey Jay. All right, I'll use this moment to announce that on April the 3rd, we're going to have Jason David Frank in our store. So if you do not live close to us and you would like us to get something autographed for you, the autographs are $50. You can either send us the thing you want to have autographed, or you can purchase something from us that has, the Green Ranger or the White Ranger on it. Just let us know. We'd like to make the arrangements completely a week out, so we don't do it last minute if possible.
6 for Tina.
This is Shattered Grid, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 27. I've got 2 copies.
The third 6 for Tina.
I have one copy of number 31, Beyond the Grid.
7 and 7 for Tina.
I have a copy of number 14. By the way, these are all $3.99 cover price. We finish these Power Rangers real fast, and then we'll take a quick break. There is number 19.
All right, all the 7s.
We've got 21s.
I like it.
14s.
8.
13, which is all full of Green Ranger. You can buy this and then throw it away, I guess. Here is 11 with putty covers.
And 9.
Here is 5 with a Yellow Ranger. And I've got 3s.
All right, Tina, all of yours. You've got one of every cover now.
All right, we got all the gods dead. It is now time for our first commercial break, so stay tuned and watch what is cool happening around the experience. We'll be right back.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com to find a store near you.
And we're back, everybody. Thank you so much for all your support of what we're doing and bringing entertainment here. If you get a chance, make sure you share this information of where to come and hang out with your friends, because don't be a bad friend. You know how much joy you get from being here, so share that love with other people. There's a lot of people that
out there.
That's right, that need some actual interaction in their lives with dorks like us. So
Who you calling a dork? I'm a nerd.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Don't be mad at me. All right, here we go. More awesome indies. Welcome everybody that has just joined us. I see Brittany's in the house and Jason's in the house as well.
Hello.
Everything is just cover price. If you need to know what the cover price on anything is, just let me know. I'm totally happy to tell you. If I have multiple copies, you're welcome to multiple copies of things. First call, first served kind of deal. Put these back in the order they're supposed to be in. All right, this is a Boom series called The Spire by Simon Spurrier. There is a number 6 in this box. There is a few 5s in this box. Who else is behind the camera? It is Jenna tonight.
Hi. I was
With the
on
fancy
camera
hair.
earlier.
There's number 4.
I got called a snow cone.
And then we go to 8. That's 8. This is Dry County. This is, I believe, Image. Yeah. Got Dry County issue number 1. There you go. Dry County 1.
Hi. I don't know why I do this, but every time somebody says hello to me, I do this like, hi. I do it on my videos at home too, but it's just like, ah.
All right, this is Aphrodite 9 Aries. And Aphrodite 5. This is the first time I've ever seen Aphrodite 5. Number 4. Number 3s. Hey,
Hi.
Daniel, welcome. Number 2. And then 9th generation, number 8.
What are you doing? What, oh, they're going to show me waving?
Thanks.
I need Drake County for Tina, please.
And 9th generation, Hidden Files, number 1.
Start showing me
Oh,
waving.
gosh. Better watch out. Don't eat food while you watch that, because it'll spew out your nose.
Am I funny? Is that what you're saying?
We got you, Tina.
Just watch me bagging boards.
What's everyone else watching? Give your recommendations to everybody.
WandaVision. So good.
Mm-hmm. I cannot wait. We're a week away from the Sam and Bucky show.
I'm so excited.
Yeah! The Dying and the Dead, number 5. That is another Hickman gorgeousness. And in number 4s, the big tournament is on. Yep. Number 3, Kyle is super distracted because he's watching ball.
Which ball?
B-ball.
Oh.
Dry County number 3 also, and 2s. 3s and 2s. Mm-hmm. I call that the Sam and Bucky show.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah, that's right. You are onboarding a new show. We have new shows inbound to the experience. Do not miss all the awesomeness we have coming up for you guys. Both an original show programming and new selling shows from other parts of the country. The new one that's coming on is from Tennessee. Ooh. A friend of ours named Nancy McCann. Okay, Dry County. Oh, I think I'm doing it wrong. 3 and 2. I don't have a 3. Oh, that's Dry. Never mind. Oh my gosh. I'm pulling the completely wrong thing. I heard, nope, Dying of the Dead.
I heard a rumor that you're going to hand me some comments.
That's Tina's Dying of the Dead. And then Dry County came up. And
just lagged and refreshed.
3 and 2, and then 3 and 2. We got pairs for both of you guys, for Jeff and for Tina.
Sorry, my stuff was refreshing. I didn't see it.
All right, there you go.
It's one of each and one of each. Yeah.
Got this for you guys. All right, this is a bunch of awesome stuff. This is Oblivion Song, which I'm pretty sure they already said was in development. We'll see how fast that happens, but this is awesome. Robert Kirkman stuff from Skybound.
Ooh, do you have another one?
No, it's all those. Oblivion Song 18. Oblivion Song 17. 15. 13.
9.
11. 10. 9. 7s. 6s, and then there's some more in here. Oblivion Song is about a fellow who crosses over into this other dimension-y place called Oblivion Song. And it's like the whole world kind of moved on, but he's going back to try to find his brother who got stuck on the other side. There is number 5.
Beautiful artwork.
And number 4. It's one of those things that like happens, like a big happening, and then he has to try to figure out. It kind of like jumps forward in time. This is the Astounding Wolfman, number 23. There's only one of these so far in the boxes. Oh, I didn't even know that these existed. All right, so Evangeline had a more modern run that happened in 2011. Here is Evangeline number 1. It is Liefeld. Tina, I got your Wolfman. Or Wolfman.
Ooh.
Office.
The cops. Yeah, pretty much. It's fun.
And here is number 1. That is the Liefeld cover. That's the Yaki cover. We keep filling that one spot down there. You guys keep on unfilling it.
Ooh, it's a special lucky spot then.
That's cool. All right, we got a bunch of cool things from Dynamite. This is Barbarella. You guys like Barbarella? That is Barbarella number. What in the world number is that? That's not a real number.
What number does it say?
Looks like a G.
6?
Number 9. I just know the inside. There's number 9. That is cover A. That is 9 subscription cover. Sorry, I'll show you the whole thing. Yes, lots of indies right now. Number 9, cover C.
Oh no! Oh no!
What just happened?
Oh no! What did the duck detective say to his partner? Lay quack. That was the first thing I ever said. My first day of the job, and like me and somebody else who was being trained, we were following Shanice, and she was like, "Oh yeah, follow me like that." And I was like, "Lay quack quack."
Oh my words! And here is number 9. D cover, same number 9. And B, it looks like you can get all of the same book, all the covers. See what other Barbarella we can come up with here.
I still say that sometimes when we're all following each other. I'll just lick.
Still?
Space Cadets. We're quackers for comics.
Oh, there you go.
Quacks.
Let's quack this case. Oh, that's a good one. This is number 8, cover C.
That's what I'm going to get. That's the shirt I'm going to get for Jason. He's quackers for comics.
8A. The only thing I remember about Barbarella, the movie, was that it was all about her getting to make a lot of clothing changes. There's the B cover.
Oh, yeah.
There is the D cover. Oh, that's D cover 7. Sorry, D cover 7. C cover 7. B cover 7. Hold up. B cover 7. And subscription cover 7.
I like that hair.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, this cover.
I like my hair better though.
This is 7A cover.
Ooh.
Which is cool. It's my favorite. This is 6A. 6B. I promise the whole box isn't Barbara. This is 6 subscription, 6 cover D, 5 cover C. Ooh, 5 subscription. She's riding a space horse.
Space horse!
5 cover B. All right, Daniel. 5A. Well, I say why not?
Bye. Matthew McConaughey may be running for governor of Texas.
There's no bigger fan of the Longhorns, so why not?
I mean, yeah.
Barbarella number 4A.
We'll just have to see what he says on the topics.
4D. For subscription. and 4C. And that looks like the end of the Barbarella right here.
That's pretty.
Oh, I turned these backwards from each other.
Big gas.
All right, here's some more Evangeline. Sorry. This is another #1 of Evangeline, and this one's cover is, we'll call it the anime cover because it looks very anime.
That looks so cool.
Like her Western looking outfit there. Oh, I'm sure that this is worth a lot of money. This is a Niles and Wrightson book called Dead, She Said, #1. That's going to last about 39 seconds.
Did you just hand it to me?
I'm just going to hand that to you. Dead, She Said. I'm sure it's going to be claimed.
Oh, it's shiny on parts.
This is Igor, the movie prequel book. Movie prequel, Igor.
That was such a cute movie.
I like that it has a Siamese cat.
And there
I thought it was
goes
a cat.
Tina getting it.
Looks like a rat. Maybe it's a
Probably
bunny?
is, because there was a rat in the movie.
Oh, it looks funny. It looks like a
It's
really sick
brand.
Bugs Bunny.
Igor for Tina, please.
Igor's code. All right, this is Zombies Hunters.
It's a rabbit. I remember now.
#1. Is it?
Yeah.
Zombies. Then she said, I only had the one, Jeff. I'm so sorry. That was it. That was all that was in here.
What did the duck say to the waiter when he brought the check?
Put it on my bill.
Oh.
I'm just guessing. This is the Ultimate 7. This is a promo book. Promo. Which means it has no cover price, so it's free. Sure someone's calling it zombies. Yes.
I
Someone
haven't seen anybody
called
call zombies
No,
yet.
oh,
No.
maybe no.
I was waiting for the free books. I'm pretty sure somebody called that.
Well, sometimes people pass it.
Ultimate 7 for Tina.
She must already have that zombie book. All right, this is Queen and Country by Oni Press.
You were right.
Number 19.
He says you were right.
21. Yeah. It was like, if I only had a little time to think about it and wasn't also selling books, I might be able to get much more of those answers. Number 22.
Because you are queen of the dad jokes.
Number 23. No, I can think them out. I can't come up and say any of them. I don't, because I just don't know any. Number 17. There's another set of 22 in here. There is more 22.
Queen and Country, 19, 21, 22, 23.
There's more 21 as well. Hand those off to be pulled. Let's see how much else there is in there. Oh, there's more numbers, so keep your fingers limber. Another 19. There's some more 17. Some more this is 14. I don't think we've had 14 yet. Some 12s. And randomly at the bottom here, Pilot Season Asset by Philip Sablik, who is now one of the heads at Boom.
Oh, you're out of order.
What? Why are you telling me I'm out of order?
No, I'm telling the comics are out of order.
Oh, excuse me. The rest of the tea. Need to go through there. Ooh, nice. All right, this is the Liberty Annual Comic Book Legal Defense Fund presents from 2011. There is that cover by Matt Wagner, and this cover, which has Uncle Sam with no mouth by speech. And there's multiples of all of that in here. By the way, just to let you guys know what happens sometimes, we had these last week on the show, the Hero Comics that had the cool J. Scott Campbell covers. Those are a $35 book, and you guys passed on 3 of them. So, like I said, after the show's over, they're mine.
The whole courtroom is out of order.
Yeah, it's
It's all
pretty much
a
true.
kangaroo court. right, here.
Where the term kangaroo court came from.
Oh, Jay told me about this a couple months ago, but I don't remember.
Doesn't make any sense to me. All right. Hey, Martin. Both covers for Tina.
Oh, I wish I could remember.
Also, a cool way to watch this show, just so you don't ever miss out on those kind of deals, is like have a separate device that you can look up stuff on, whatever service you like to look things up on. So you can say to yourself, hey, that's a really great deal, even if I want to just give it away to a friend. All right, there's more of those.
Hero for Martin Davis? Oh, did he mean hello?
Hello.
You mean hello or hero?
Hello. I don't have anything up here that says hero on it, so I will assume.
I will assume he
What
says
is this
the
thing?
hello.
Okay, this is a book from, let me see if I can figure out what the company is. GG Studio. This is a book called Extinction Seed. I have one, number 3A. I've got a 2B. And a bunch of number 1. That's a 1C. 0D. 0C. 0B. And 0A.
Wait, when did I get to meet
sorry.
you?
And 0D, by the way.
Did I get to meet Jason? I don't think I did. I'm so sad now.
Jason, you might not have been here when he came by. If you were, you would get to meet another Jen.
Nani. I'd like to order a turkey burger and some crisp cut fries, please.
Okay, hold on. I'll go get those for you.
Oh, don't talk about food. Didn't we already discuss this? We don't talk about the food today.
Not while we're stuck here.
Come on, guys. Come on.
All right, where are we at? Make sure I'm not missing anyone's call here. Both covers came for Tina.
Yep.
And got a hello. And you miss it. It's all right.
I'm saying hello, but I want to.
Just like coming to the shop. You're saying hello, but I want hero.
Hero is now a $30 book.
Is it possible that you are trying to call the Liberty Annual 2011 book?
Well, you did show that book from last week. For a sec.
Oh, you want the hero? You want the $35 book?
35. Okay.
That one's 35. You want? Let me know.
Maybe.
35 is the price. Oh, that there book. Oh, that box is empty.
Is there the great protective thing in it? He said never mind. He said nippa.
Go back. Let's put that. I mean, it's worth it if you like Just Got Campbell and that beautiful cover. It does not cover price. More indies.
We got to.
What? We're looking out right now. There's all indies in these boxes.
Oh, that beautiful, beautiful protective piece of papery cardboard. Okay.
I'm going to be happy for you guys if we run across some stuff that just got announced because there's a lot of it this week. This is Ballad of Sang, number 1 variant. The variant does have cover color loss. Sorry. This is a great book from Static Press, which is an imprint of Titan Books. This is Alyssic, number 1, the Junko Mizuno cover A. I've got 2 copies of this.
Oh, that is so cute.
The cover price on these are $5.99 for those. Matt Maines, all these are cover price. So if you want to know a cover price of a specific one, I'm happy to tell you. And there is the cover B. Big old thick books.
Bye,
all right, Brainy, go learn the things.
Happy birthmas, happy birthmas, happy birthmas, happy birthmas, happy birthmas to you. As the moon shows the night. There we go. That's all the Spanish I know.
It was pretty good. So you should do that first, and then when you come back, we'll probably still have a couple for you.
Happy anniversary.
How many anniversaries is this for you guys?
It's always a good anniversary, probably.
All right, this is Altars number 4. This is a cool Aftershock book.
Such a good book.
About what identity means. And that is number 2.
It'll make you question for a minute, but in a good way.
A good healthy look at identity. I'm going to pull all this stuff down from up here.
15th anniversary. Wow.
Congratulations.
Nice. I applaud you.
There's nothing to shake a stick at.
I need the Ballad of Song for Tina.
Okay, I'm gonna put this down. Straight. About where I was gonna put these books.
No. Do you need a box? I think I left a box on the table.
I was just trying to keep my Quantum Aid Woody together because that is full runs that I can make.
Mm-hmm.
And so for billions, I'd say. Ballad is saying it is.
And again, if you guys ever have questions about Valiant, Mission and I have got you covered.
Yep. Here we go. This is J.P. Ross AD number 8. I think this is a tiny little imprint.
That is so pretty. Mm-hmm. I like how the black. I love when covers do that, where it's like mostly black and white, and then they pick like one color to pop. I think they just did it was a nonstop. I think
Blood and Shadows. Let's see if I can tell you what it is about. Oh, it's like the inside of the book is actually a book.
Ooh.
And then they've got illustrations.
Ooh.
That's kind of cool. All right. This is from Amigo Comics, The Apocalypse Girl number 1. There's 2 of those. Guarantee you that's not a cover price book. All right, same for this. This is Assassin's Creed Awakening number 1. Big old thick book there. Shirts. Oh, we got to talk about the shirts. We will. Yeah. Assassin's Creed Reflections number 4. Assassin's Creed Templars number 6. I remember these being impossible to collect because they were so tough. Tina, gotcha.
Ooh, this is a
Templars number 7. Assassin's Creed Uprising number 1A. Got a couple of those. And that's end of Assassins.
This is a thick boy.
I think $5.99.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm going to do this right ahead of us going to break so we can get a chance at it. Everyone's been asking me forever to remake Space Cadets the shirt. So we have those available now in every size. So I've got small, medium, large, and extra large are $20. If you need a double X or a triple X, I have those as well. They're $25. And they're super soft. I asked them to make them on the softest material they had. So these are super soft. Okay, Kyle. We're going to write them down behind the scenes and pull those for you. It's so funny. It's the first time I've made a run of shirts where I primarily, the biggest part of the runner, XL, 2XL, 3XLs.
Tina's calling some things.
You need a 4? Let me look and see if I made 4XLs. I didn't know if they had them or not.
I will still write it down.
Gotcha, Tina. I will try to get those for everybody. And I'll ask them if it's okay if I can make, like if we have enough 4XL requests, then I'll make sure that we make the next time we do a run, we'll make them with those. Because I don't want to have you guys miss out on those.
She called some books too.
The books were, did I hand them to you already?
No,
yeah,
Assassin's Creed 3, 4, 6. Oh.
Yep.
My bad, I was writing the shirts down.
And this is another reminder, if you could please subscribe to the YouTube channel that's attached to this awesome thing. Yes. This baseball reference is very strong in this one. Yes.
We have small, medium, large, extra large, 2X.
Small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, and 3X. I know for sure I have. I don't remember if I put any 4X, but I didn't know if they had that size. So I'm happy to ask about that.
Oh,
and it looks like they upped like this one that you're seeing up here. I think that's the double X.
Charity has this one.
Okay.
Were these all $5.99? No, $3.99.
No, just that one big one.
Put them in $3.99.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick commercial break to see what's going on around the experience, and we'll come right back.
Today's comics market is ripe with new titles by creators who are determined to get their books into your hands. My name is Henri Compen. For the last decade, I've been making and selling my own creator-owned comics and dealing as a collector in live sales. My signature series, Yi Sun Shin, is the book that cannot be defeated in battle and has over 250,000 copies in print. Now I'm taking comics to the next level and laying the groundwork for my fellow creators to get their voices heard so they can connect directly with you. This is your chance to engage live with top comic book talent and get your comics signed without having to wait in long lines or pay any fees. But remember, we only have a limited amount of their books in stock, so always remember to call it as you see it.
Hi, everybody. You're on The Experience, and you're back with Jen King as Space Cadets. This is our fun show that we do called What's in the Box. Everything is cover price. We ship media rate. Easy to call the books. Just call them exactly what I call them. You don't have to use the word claim or anything crazy. And if it's your first time, just fill out this cool document that's right here. It's really easy to buy from us. We ship once a week. We invoice once a week. So you can buy from us on all our shows here, there, and everywhere. This is a reminder also to definitely support your local comic shops. Please do find a local comic shop near you and frequent it or any other ones that are in the area. Make sure you like and share their pages and give them love because we're one big community and we all need each other. All right, everybody, let's go back to the boxes. What's in this box? All right. I've got one copy of the Cast-Offs, #1. This is a variant cover, and it's really pretty. All right. This is created and written by Grant Morrison. This is Avatarex, Destroyer of Darkness. By Graphic India. There are 2 #1s here. It says darkness shrouds the earth, but dawn is on its way. Okay. Did I have it in the right spot? Yeah. My brain. Woohoo! My brain worked. Huzzah!
Yeah. And then it was funny because he said she was on the gaming side. So I was like, oh, cool. Let me accidentally say your name wrong. I'm so sorry.
I don't even know what this word says. Graphics, people. She just like, don't do this ever where you make a title of your book and you can't read it. This is Biggs. Can you guys read that? That's Biggs. I guess you can. Biggs by Upchuck Comics. This is #1. Biggs.
And I'm back.
And it looks like there's no cover price on it, so they put a sticker price of $1.99. My guess is that this was someone that was local to them. This is a local creator.
The one day I forgot my Fitbit and I'm over here running back and forth.
I know you could have gotten all your steps in. Ooh, here is an Alters #3. So the only thing we're missing is an Alters #1 from that run. Get with it.
So good. We might have a couple of friends.
Oh, I am certain we have #1s for sure. Biggs. I got the Biggs. There you go, Jeff. This is Angel #12. From season 11. It's got a pretty cool pink background.
That is cool. Fancy.
I gotta make some room. Give me a second.
Oh my.
All right, the stitch that are remaining are coming down. Paul Pope book. I got a lot of stuff I'm going to look up after the show.
What show is it? It's What's in the Box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box, man? Tell me what's in the box.
What's in the box? We're full of all kinds of ridiculous references today.
And I promise you, it's not any heads.
No heads in the box.
Think. I mean, there might be a picture of one.
Yeah, we definitely had a bunch of those in that one book that we just did.
Yeah, what was it? It wasn't Stitch. No, it was
There's a bunch of gore. All right, this is William Gibson, Archangel, number 2. That is the sub cover. And here is some love for Darwin Kokodak.
Oh.
Also, I have issue number 5s.
What's this one about?
I read the number 1 and now I cannot remember. It's very much like I thought it was like a wartime thing.
Every time I hear Archangel, I'm like, Archangel, Archangel. Who needs Earth Angels? Yeah, Archangel.
We're back into Assassin's Creed. Here you go. Assassin's Creed Templars, number 8. More. Uh-oh. That is cover B. That is cover A. Where did I put the rest of my Templar stuff?
We sold it.
It all left?
Except for that one up top. The middle, that one.
Here, I'll put them together. Just in case someone wants to come back for it. There's another one of those. Oh my gosh, this cover.
I need Assassin's Creed. Oh my goodness. B for Tina, please. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Origins number 4. Look at that cover. Holy smokes.
$3.99.
Put that there so they can stay together. This is number 1 from the Catalyst Prime storyline that was done by Lionforge, and it's still going on. It's really good. Astonisher number 1.
So Tina, you didn't want cover A? Here you go. And I already got this one.
Perfect. This is Atomic Robo, Spectre of Tomorrow, number 1, cover B.
Kind of gives like almost like a Baymax feel to it.
That one definitely does.
Oh yeah, she said A. So the one behind the Egyptian goddess. Yay.
Sure, A.
Sure.
Don't buy it because we say the words. This is issue number 1 of that Grant Morrison book. And there's 2 covers. So there's
probably
three,
just shrugs, like, sure, why
three
not?
total covers of that book. There's 3 covers of that same thing. All right, got some Back to the Future. Back to the Future number 23, cover B. 23, cover A. And 21. Oh, this looks so cute. This is from Static Press, Titan Comics. This is Atlas and Axis. Looks like really cute. It's a cute book. Oh, number 2.
Oh, this is Cassia.
Oh, I don't know if it's bears, wolves. There's a bunch of cool animals in it. Oh my words. How cute is this? Look at this.
Oh, there's a manga up front. That's almost as cute. Oh.
Guys, let me keep my Illictic. I cannot believe what's going through this show. I'm not going to be mad at it. Oh, goodies. Thanks for your patience as I pull down and reset here. Ooh, more Back to the Future. Yes. Atlas for Tina and Jeff. Enjoy those. Those have like a lot of everything from the Static Press line always has such like the paperweight is really heavy and it's nice.
It's a thick
glossy.
book.
Yeah. Back to the Future, number 20. And 19. Maybe we'll find more in the box now. We skipped to something else here. This is The Beautiful Death, number 1. All right, this you'll recognize the art from. There's an image book that I believe is by the same person. Oh, maybe not. This looks like different interior art. The cover art looks like a lot like the one that's out by Image right now. There you go, number 1. Is that you blooping back on?
I'll refresh.
You refresh. Okay. Ballad of Sang, number 1, Oni Press. Number 1, Bees. Death for Tina.
Without touching it every so often, the thing is like, let's go to sleep. And I'm like, no, don't do that. It's like, refresh. And I'm like, oh.
From Mike Mignola and Christopher Golan, this is Baltimore, the Red Kingdom. That's number 2 of 5 and 3 of 5.
Ballad 1B, 13.
1B it is. Okay. This is an Aftershock series called Backways. There is 2 number 1s here, 1 number 2, and 1 number 3.
One of each of Baltimore, please.
Gotcha. That's all there were, just 1 of each. Okay, and there's a little mini run here of this one. This one is Bank Shot by Alex DeCampi, Crisscross, and Snakebite Cortez. That's what it says. There is a 1, 2, and 3.
I don't know why, but the way you said that made me think of the owl. How many licks does it take to get to the center? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Here's some more of The Beautiful Death. There is number 3. Bugs in the back. And number 5. I love the name of this book so much. This is Bedtime Stories for Impressionable Children, number 1B. Number 1B.
What was that?
Bedtime Stories for Impressionable Children. And there is A.
Oh, I need Death 3 and 5 for Tina, please.
Gotcha.
Oh my goodness. Baltimore 1B, please, for Tina.
Not Baltimore, but because she already got Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
Bedtime. A and B. Gotcha. Don't get too creeped out. Definitely spooky cool. All right, this is Die Kitty Die, number 1 from Astro Comics. That must be their variant. Dan Parrott cover. That's that cool buttercream. So good.
Just purr a little bit.
That's right. It's exactly what you feel like doing when you touch those things. Barbara got no love today. Sorry, Barbara. I'll make friends of you and it'll be okay.
Maybe she'll show back up on the Run Show.
Probably. I want to look this thing up because I have a feeling that's expensive. I'm going to put that right there. My gut tells me, and my gut is usually right. So glad I wore shorts today. The weather here is like ridiculous, so you never know really what you're supposed to wear. It's hot today. All right, from Black Mask Comics, this is Beautiful Canvas number 3. Yeah, I've got 4 copies of number 1.
Of course, there was that day during the freeze where, like, in the morning you need like 10 layers on, but by evening it's like shorts, a t-shirt.
Oh, here's Beautiful Death number 4. Tina, I'm going to hand that over because probably you need it. If you don't, I will take it right back. This is Carson of Venus, Pirates of Venus, Edgar Rice Burroughs, issue number 1, main cover edition by Lynn Wine and Michael Kaluta.
Ooh.
Doesn't come with much better words attached to it than that.
Beautiful canvas number 1 for Jeff Hill, please. And I got you, Tina.
Got you, Tina. Jeff, we got your beautiful canvas.
Oh.
This is a Die Kitty Die Summer Vacation number 1. And I've got Die Kitty Die number 1. Looks like cover B. Okay, got some Doctor Who going on here. Doctor Who, Ninth Doctor. We haven't had that, I don't think. This is number 1, cover A. 4, cover B. This is 6, cover B. Rose, that was my first companion because I watched the very last episode of
The first
her.
series?
Well, between Tennant and Smith, I think.
Ah.
This is 8, cover A, and I bawled like a baby. Doctor Who, Lost Dimension Special number 2.
Oh,
River on the cover.
The Doctor's wife.
Doctor Who, Ninth Doctor number 12. Doctor Who, Lost Dimension number 1.
With Peter Capaldi.
Mm-hmm.
Be technically 13th.
We
All
don't
because
forget.
Tennant had to regenerate during the middle of his, so he was technically 2 different
Words. Ninth Doctor number 9.
regenerations. That's the word.
Ninth Doctor number 3. Ninth Doctor number 5. Cover C. Lost Dimension number 1. Special number 1.
Ooh.
And oh, here's another cover. Don't know. Hey, Steve, how are you doing? And Doctor Who Lost Dimension 3.1. All right. And weirdly, there's some awesome marble at the bottom of this box. I have a feeling there'll be a great many people to perk up right now. This is Spider-Gwen number 12. Spider-Gwen number 18.
I don't know what it is about the Spider-Gwen and Ghost Spider covers, but they always look so cool.
This one especially. Wait till you see this one. Number 20.
That's not even fair.
Nope. Not at all.
It's like we're going to pour out all our coolness on this one character.
And 21.
See? See?
Mm.
See?
It's like, I love her on the Miles Morales Spider-Man. It's so good. Makes me happy.
I think that's why I really like the movie Into the Spider-Verse. Oh, it was so fun to watch.
Typhoid Fever, Iron Fist. A couple of those. Iron Fist. Oh, and back to Spider-Gwens.
Contrary to popular belief, I really liked both those series on Netflix.
Number 13, Spidey-Gwen.
See how cool they are? Not even.
15.
Oh, no, it's been too long.
11. Is it timing out on you?
It's trying to, but I got it.
22.
I'm gonna fix that later.
25. 33. Then randomly in the middle of that, Amazing Spider-Man number 14.
I mean, random gonna be random, right?
That's right. Now I gotta make room again. Room time.
Oh. If any of you guys have watched all the Doctor Who, at least from 9 on, just talk to me. I have emotions. And they're not all good emotions.
No.
I need to go on a little rant. I'm not going to do it here.
Can I reach the bottom? Nope. Go to this part. Okay. I got Big Trouble in Little China. Escape from New York. 6 of 6. Snake. This is number 1 West variant. Number 1 looks like just a regular A. Number 3, another one of that same cover. Number 4. Number 5. More number 6. A couple of those. Bill and Ted Save the Universe, number 2 of 5. Oh, shoot fire. From my man, Joe Pruitt, Black Eyed Kids number 1s at cover price of $1.99. Yo.
Oh.
I can't get any more pointy than the pointy I'm going to pointy at these.
Oh.
And you can have Mr. Pruitt sign him when he comes next time.
I think that's what I have. I have the signed one.
Think so? Number 2. Number 4. Hold on.
2.
Number 5.
3 of them.
Number 6. Number 7, I've got 3 of. Number 8, I have 2 of. And 11, I've got 1 of. We've been out of a great many of these for a long time.
So Tom Baker was my first, and he's still to this day my favorite doctor. But I will have to agree with you. 9 was really cool, and then 10 just did all kinds of things. Matt Smith could really act it out. It was really cool to see what he did. He's my favorite giraffe in the world.
Thank you, everybody.
Really,
and just a short reminder to definitely include numbers when you're making calls, because you never know if I'm going to go through an entire run of them. Just the cover title doesn't usually happen. Okay, we still have a Black Eyed Kid number 1 hanging out here.
The rest of these.
All right, and I've got. I have a number 1 XL. No, it was something else. It was Astonisher. This is Excel number 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's the Speedster from their universe.
So good. Hint, hint.
Hey, there's some Zenoscope in this box. There is a Black Sable number 1s. Black Sable number 1. Another very dark Aftershock book. This is Blood Blister number 2 from Phil Hester. I believe this is the series that they never finished. Started and then they skipped out on it for reasons I don't know.
So you still have 2 7s and an 8 left of Black Eyed Kids. Oh my goodness.
2 7s and an 8 still exist, and a number 1 for Black Eyed Kids.
Sable number 1 for Jeff, and a Blood 2 for Tina.
Handing those over.
Got it.
This is from Games Workshop, Titan Comics, Blood Bowl. This is number 2, cover C. I've got a couple copies of number 3, cover A. And there's a number 4, cover A. Sorry again for the holding it sideways. Oh, it's a different blood. Different blood. Ooh, some big book at the very bottom here. All right, this is The Aftermath Big Clean, number 4, heavy metal. Yeah. Now I gotta make room again. You stay there. these back in this box because it is now what's called empty. Ooh. We'll just see who's paying attention today. Habit number 2. Ooh. Aliens Defiance number 1. Oh. And number 7, 11, and 12. Oh. The thing I like so much about the Aliens Defiance set is because the character that's in this book ends up going into the Fire and Stone series. Or no, it's the next combined series.
Blood and Stone.
Yep, they got the characters that show up and be together.
Yeah.
Got it, Tina. Which is yours?
So good.
Red Dwarf. I've heard of that one, but I don't know if I've seen it. But I've heard lots of good stuff. Oh, here you go. Just going to give you guys some money. 4 kids will walk into a bank, number 4. I think 4 is honestly the hardest one to get. And it is the one original cover I don't own, which is annoying to me. I don't own number 1 either, but the person that wants it, the person who owns it wants $15K for it. I'm not paying that.
That's the best British series, sir. Have you not heard of what is it? Never mind the Buzzcocks. That's what it is. I love that show. It's my favorite game show, and it's not even really a game
Everybody
show.
knows that the best British show is absolutely fabulous. Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
They're fighting words.
Yeah. Tell me if I'm wrong. If you haven't seen Absolute Fabulous, you can't talk.
Oh.
Here you go. Ab Arato, number 2.
Have you ever seen
and
Never Mind the Buzzcocks?
3. No.
It's literally just chaos, and they just reward points randomly. It's the greatest moment of my life.
No, I don't
And then
like
they have
random points. I want to know if I could win.
So they kind of do have a point system. You get a question right, you get a point, and at the end of it, you have to guess a song. And you have 2 people that just do the intro with their mouth. And most of the time, nobody gets it.
Hey, Bruno.
Hi.
Glad to see you. If you have any questions, let us know. Easy to claim books. Just type in what the name of the book is, and you claimed it, and I'll get with you all the rest of the deets. This is Beyond the Quest for Medan. This is a chapter house book.
And then the Buzzcocks was a band.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that's why never mind the Buzzcocks, because nobody ever remembers. Although they're a good band.
All right. I got enough time to fit in. There's like 1 minute. Let's see how many books I can fit into this next.
And go.
And probably none. I gotta move stuff anyway. Let's just call it and do a cool break because we have this one last break, and then it's going to be
the home
stretch of a whole half an hour of awesomeness. And I have 2 awesome boxes here for you guys. So we're going to take a break for a word from our sponsors, and we're going to be right back.
It's what we do in the comic shop. It's what we do in the comic shop when we power down those neon lights in the back room. We're still burning bright with Dr. Christie, real sweet too. It's time to move some back issues. It's what we do in the comic shop. It's what we do in the comic shop. It's what we do in the comic shop. It's what we do when the comic shop is closed.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit ComicShopLocator.com to find a store near you.
giving it you, Kyle.
What's up, everybody? We are in our last and most awesome segment of our awesome What's in the Box show.
What's in the box? Tell me what's in the box.
Tina's making me hungry with talking about food, which is forbidden because I haven't had any food since 8 o'clock this morning. Breakfast. I get to eat after the show. No lie, one time I got done with doing the EXP Expo, and then I had to drive straight home to do our Nerd News Now show. And I show up, everyone starts late just because of just timing happens that way. And then for some reason, the guy who usually is like the main host and kind of like drives the discussion talked about food for 45 minutes. And I was sitting most of the time thinking to myself, I am going to die during the show. Jenna's acting like she's eating.
You missed it. I had a French fry and put it in the burger. I'm gonna do it again. I got a whole set of fries of it because that's what I'm craving. Just a big, fat, juicy cheeseburger and some fries.
Right. This is a Lazarus #1, but full disclosure, it has seen better days. This one does have some damage to it. But I do have this many's Lazarus #2s. Someone was betting heavy.
Stuff it in there.
Stuff it. What in the world? What in the world? Okay. We can corner the market on this one, I guess. All right. There is a whole mess of East of West #6 in here. Oh, banana pudding. Oh, I'm also sugar-free, so things like that make me crazy because I can remember what they taste like.
Why do you do this to me?
It's okay. We forgive you. East of West #7s. East of West #8s.
I want my mint ice cream.
Mint ice cream, that's right. Dirk Manning owes us ice cream anyway.
Mint ice cream?
Mint ice cream.
No chocolate in it?
No.
Just straight mint ice cream.
And #9. This box feels like it's related to a box we went through last week because it's got stuff that kind of goes with it. This is so funny. Okay. I also have from Image Comics, Ego, Earth Galactic Operatives #1 and #2. What are you making now? You making coffee?
Nope.
Oh, I should have been paying attention. I can only watch you out of the corner of my eye. It's just totally
I know. I was making for the backstage people. I was making a milkshake. I put the ice cream in there and some milk in there, and then I stirred up, and then I forgot the whipped cream, so I had to go back for the whipped cream and the cherry, and then took the cherry on top and ate it.
Well, we all know. My boxes bring the good boys to the yard. My comics are better than yours.
Well, my milkshakes are darn right they are better.
I need to cut a video that's that as a promo for this show because it will be funny because I can't carry a tune. Trinity, hello and welcome. This is What's in the Box and everything is cover price. Cover price. We don't know what's in these boxes, so sometimes it's massive amounts of the exact same book like these. 5 Ghosts #7. There's a whole poo-ton in here. I own them all. You just keep on thinking I'm going to open one of these boxes sometime. It's going to be like $1 billion book in here.
Oh, geez.
And I'm going to be like, oh,
great. Find Action Comics #1.
Well, I don't think it's going to be that, but I'm just like some kind of like Spawn #220 something.
You just made Jay's night.
For what?
Singing.
I am happy that I entertain you. I often feel like, and you guys have seen it before, I've got a graphic. If you've never seen it, I'll send it to you. But it's me, my head on top of the gladiator head. It just says, "Are you not entertained?" I have really great sexy muscles, by the way, and look exactly like
Then dude,
Gerard's body. I mean, not Gerard. What am I saying?
You're delirious from having no food, and they're talking about delicious food.
Field and number one. The Field and number one. I remember we've had these out before, so this has got to be the second box of things, and it is ultraviolet.
I want some bacon in that.
And has drug usage in it, as I perused.
I need 5 dose number 7 for Jeff, please.
Jeff shall have.
Russell Crowe.
Russ, thank you.
You would know.
I know Russell Crowe.
Well, I mean, Jay, he knows movies. Tina needs field number 1. Just
it's a little bit curvy, but hopefully that'll.
I'll put it under some stuff.
All right, Drumheller number 2. Drumheller number 2. There's multiples there.
It's the craziest thing.
All right, gotcha. Field. I'm trying to find one that's as little curviness as possible. These got all.
And then I'll put it in
wrapped around other boxes, other books. Sorry, Jeff Gill, got you. All right, another cool block of number 1s here. I'm going to tell you guys a funny story because it's funny. This one says Devilers, but I called this De Oilers because that's what it looks like.
I see the V, but I see an O. Because the V is a different color, but you make it the same. Like, okay.
Doesn't it look like DEO? It looks like Oilers. Anyway, so this is De Oilers number 1.
What were they de-oiling?
Nothing. They were totally like demonizing, but it's pretty funny. There's there's girls that are on fire in this book, just so you know. And what else can we find in here that's fun?
That's fun?
There's a bear. There's a giant bear.
Girls on fire. Okay.
Girls on fire and a bear.
Look what they're calling
and this demon. There's a demon. There you go.
Stop there.
Everyone needs the Oilers now. The Oilers. The Oilers for Tina, Derek, Jeff. That is exactly like the Bears. So exactly like it. By the way, I used to drive my staff insane because I called it that. Be like, no, Miss Jen. Like, fight me.
$2.99.
Fine, you tell me what it is if it's not. All right, we got a bunch of number 1s here. Yeah, I hope this becomes a thing because, wow.
I mean, Diamond does crazy things by calling things weird names already. So having you further it with even more weirder names is not fair.
Double dog dare you.
The insanity.
Just walk up to those guys that created that book and be like, I love your book, The Oilers. This is my favorite. Black Market number 4 of 4. This is a Boom book. You know that Boom all has first look deals with Netflix.
Oh.
Black Market number 3. And this many number 1s.
That's tempting.
Put them away for a rainy day / when they announce that it's really a thing.
And it's got that pretty cover too, where it's just like black and white, one color.
Right. Let me see if I can figure out what the Black Market is for here. Hold on. It's written by Frank Barbieri. I think the Black Market is maybe for the juice to make you into a superhero. Ooh.
That reminds me of
sweet.
Reminds me of another comic. What was it called? I think it was called Fly. They had stuff. I need one of each Black Market for Jeff. I need a Black Market number 1 for Derek. What is that?
That's a field. It's a J comic. That's what that is. What do we need? Black Market?
Okay, I need. Oh, goodness.
Okay, we got a bunch of.
Tina needs 1, 2, and 3. Jeff wants one of each. Derek wants a number 1.
Okay, we got a 1, 3, and 4 is what I had. And all the rest of them are just number 1. So I'm going to give number 1s to everybody else that called for olives. That is Jeff Gill and Derek. And yours. And if anyone wants more than 1, you're welcome to them.
Be a superhero. Juice up.
Oh, what in the world is going on here? Here we go. Everyone can get one of these. You give Electra. There is a big old fat mess of Electra number 1s with a gorgeous cover. This is the Blackman Run Del Mundo run from the all-new Marvel Now series that ran some year that I can't find. Oh, but look at the art. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Del Mundo, killing me.
I don't know why. I always feel like you're a comic book Oprah on like Tuesday nights when we get like a bunch of a thing in and everybody's calling it. It was like, you get a comic, you get a comic, comic.
Every single page in here is like a double spread. Nuts.
So pretty.
There you go. Everyone can get an Electro. And I'm going to get a new pile of boxes. I think we're going to be able to make it through this last box, and then that'll be it.
So abusive.
It's just a box, man.
Wait, it's a box.
Settle down.
What's in the box?
Nothing now.
Oh, well, okay.
I just know someday I'm going to open up one of these boxes and someone's going to say, oh!
Box.
I need all of... Oh, my Lord, this is heavy. I don't know what this is.
Is it books? I don't know. What's in the box? You tell me.
Okay. Oh. Half of this box is from last week. I just was using it to put things in because I wrapped around. So I'll show them to you. These have already been shown for a show, but just in case someone's new on here. The Super Deluxe Hero Happy Hour. I just had I ran out of room in the other box. Free Realms 12 was in here that we had before. That's number 11 and number 1. Oops, and number 10. And Killapalooza, and I'm 100% certain we had these last time. That's 5.
Oh, yeah, we did. I remember now.
4s. 2s.
We had that almost full.
And 1s. Because I think what happened is when we had a technical difficulty, and so I kept them in here because I thought that there were a lot of people that didn't get to see them. And there's number 1 for Killapalooza. So just in case you didn't get to see them from last week, and there's a Bruce Lee. The rest of the stuff, no one got to see because I know.
I remember the Killapalooza because I was like, oh, I need the guitar.
Oh, well, okay. You all win today.
Oh, no. Oh, yay.
How about some Star Wars? Star Wars 11s.
All of them?
That's all Star Wars 11. It's cool. It's got Dengar on the cover. And Chewie.
Chewie.
Let's see what other Star Wars is in here. It looks like there is some. Oh, here you go. Star Wars number 7s. Obi-Wan, and then all of the bounty hunters in the front here. Star Wars seems to be the hotness.
Oh, no.
How about Star Wars number 6? 6.
I forgot to
Good
touch
Derek.
this.
Oh, did it die on you?
Because I'm a silly duck. And I forgot
Derek's goodies?
to change it.
This is what tickled us. Star Wars number 5s.
I like this upside down cover. That's cool.
There's 6.
And 5.
Oops, there's 2 left.
I don't think he wants 2 of them.
No, just 1s. Burdock. Yeah, Jeff Gill, 11 and 5. Gosh, I still keep on trying to give everybody multiple copies. Everyone must have 20 million of them. Okay.
But it's cool.
I cannot remember if these came out last time. Bruce Lee, The Dragon Rises, that is the B cover. Move all this stuff down. If we did, I will move to a new box. Got plenty of them.
I need a Bruce Lee for Derek Nelson, please.
Bruce Lee. Okay, I got a bunch of Lumberjanes. Lumberjanes definitely is in development. So these are some earlier issues. Number 19. 20. 21. 22. 23, 24. Friendship to the max. Street Fighter G.I. Joe. Sorry, you can tell my hair's made into the box. Street Fighter G.I. Joe number 3. There's 2 covers. That one is the sub cover I just showed you, and that's the regular cover. And this is a sweet little book about a investigator that works out of her parents' hotel. This is Goldie Vance, number 1. And Goldie Vance, that is number 1, unlocked retailer variant.
I need a G.I. Joe regular cover for Tina, please.
Got it. And then this is the other cover for, that's the A cover for Bruce Lee. I'm going to go run and get us one more box because we have time. We can make it. Untyped books. Here we go all the way to the other side of the warehouse.
Bye. Come back.
Oh, I found some easy.
Oh.
Hope we get our pallets of more books soon.
I need a Bruce Lee A for Derek Nelson, please.
Gotcha, Derek.
Again? Just put one in your stack.
Okay. I got a bunch of awesome DC. Oh, my lords. You guys are so lucky. Okay. This is Immortal Men, number 3, part of Dark Knight's Metal. Got as many as you guys would like. Got the Immortal Men. I'm sorry, the East and West. Put these in the ground.
Immortal Men.
It's got the Batman Who Laughs on the front cover. All right. Mira, Queen of Atlantis, number 3 of 6. So that's 6 of 6. 5 of 6.
Immortal for Derek, also, please. Thank you.
This is number 1 art germ variant. There's 2 of those. Woohoo! And regular number 1. And out of order here, sorry.
How dare.
Number 3 from that series. Back. And number 2 from that series. Ooh, I'm happy. There are more germs.
So I love art germs.
I don't remember. I don't know if I didn't get those before or if we sold out so fast. We never had them on the rack.
I remember us getting them. I need a Mira art germ for a tall Moomy.
Moomy, 'tis yours. All right, got some Nightwing. This is number 46. 49. 48 has a silencer in it. Number 1, annual. Some more Mira 6s. And another Archer. Leave it on the front. What we got?
You got 6.5 more minutes. Nightwing, 46, 49, 48, and the annual. For Tina, please.
You're going to be happy, Tina. There's a bunch of Nightwing in this box. This is Justice League No Justice, number 4 of 4. There's just one copy. It's kind of a wraparound cover. All right, there was 47, 45, All Nightwing, 42, 40, 39, 38, 41, to go in there in the middle. More copies of number 40. More copies of 39.
Oh, here we go.
Number 38. 37s. 36. 34. 31. 28. That's the B, I believe, and 28A. 27. I'm going to hand all those over for
Justice League No Justice.
Okay. Justice will be here.
Beautiful cover.
Area 27, Nightwing 28, 25, 24, 23, 22. It's almost like they had it all set up for runs. Whoops. Right there. All right, some more No Justice here. No Justice number 1s. Oh, Lordy, there you go. Someone hooked themselves up big time. No Justice number 1s. All right, Nightwing New Order number 3s.
38.
Okay. Now we got some. Yep. Now I'm into the Green Lanterns here. This is Green Lanterns number 40s. Number 39s. There's multiples of these, so if someone else wants runs. We got runs for everybody. 37. 36s. That's a 36B. 35. More 35s. 34. 28. 26. 25. That's an extra size anniversary. More No Justices.
Nightwing is done for you, Tina.
Is there anything else? Nope, we got the New Justice on New Order. got that for you.
These are the extras.
Give you Green Lanterns back. Okay, Justice League of America. I have number 15. Uh-oh. Now we go back to Green Lanterns. There's number 4, 53, 52, 49, 48, 46, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40. We're going to go to the last buzzer here, so I just want to remind everybody, please do send me a message, either direct message or fill out the form that's kind of rotating around at the very bottom there. And I would love to see you on my other cool shows. That's Justice League 28. They're all a little bit different. I have a lot of fun doing them. They're all ridiculous like tonight.
We're all just kind of crazy around here.
So we won't double up. We'll check them out. Make sure we don't get you doubles.
I'm working.
Justice League 39. 38.
Okay, done.
39 variant. 38 variant. 36. 36 variant. 35. 31 and 30.
These are done.
Okay.
Did she call these?
Just want to do these last bits.
30.
34.
Ah, there we go.
There's the 34 variant. 30. That is the variant 30. Regular 30. 29. 28. And we're back to 25, which is the anniversary issue. 24. 23s. 22. 21. 20. We won't double them up. Justice League America 18. Is there a 49? I don't think it went back that far for Justice League. Let me look though.
39 is where I got on here.
39 is the latest we have, I think, Jesse. Oops. Oh, sorry.
My order.
Your order.
Oh,
order.
Actually, 39 got called. Sorry. So we have
he was looking for 49.
Okay.
He was looking for 49. All right, everybody. That is the end of what I can make it through reasonably. We've reached the end of the DC in this box anyway, and it's indies. So I'll keep a hold of these, and we'll start with these the next show that we have. It's okay, Jesse. There's no 49 in there. It didn't go back that far.
And I just finished yours. Got them all.
Green Lantern had a 49, but no, not Justice League. Woohoo!
Done.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me on the experience, and Jenna as well.
Bye.
Can't do it without her for sure. This is the craziest show. Super fast paced. I will see you guys next. What is day? Thursday. Friday, we might do a walk around on our store page. And Saturday night, we're going to have a really big show. I'm working on getting us such a chock full collection. I'm going to poke this person until they bring the books in. Please, 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 please. Because there's some definite keys and minor keys in there for you guys. So I hope to see you guys on Saturday. That'll be on the other channel that I'm on, Comic Book Shopping Network. But you are watching us on the experience. Please do like and subscribe and share. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.